If you're a custodial supervisor at a local high school, you know that cleanliness is key, and that the best place to get cleaning supplies is from Grainger. Grainger helps you stay fully stocked on the products you trust, from paper towels and disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Plus, you can rely on Grainger for easy reordering, so you never run out of what you need. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What is up, Buffalo Fanatics? Z-Bot Rico. It's Rico in Bot on a Friday night, powered by BetUS, live on the Buffalo Fanatics YouTube channel. Wild card weekend, Rico. We are here, baby. The playoffs are this weekend. I cannot wait. We are less than 48 hours away from kick. Sunday, 1 p.m. at Orchard Park. The Bills take on the 7 seed in the Denver Broncos. Rico, how are you feeling tonight, brother?
I got corrected. I was telling people I was feeling nervous. Someone said, do not feel nervous. You're just anxious. You're not nervous. You're anxious. And you know what? That might be. I'm antsy for the game to start. But I got to say, I got to mix a little bit of nervousness in there too, because first round of any playoffs is always nerve-wracking because it's one and done. You're not warmed up. You're in it. So you can't make any errors. We have to be error-free come Sunday against these freaking Broncos. Now, I feel the anxiety. How are you feeling?
Brother, I got the anxiety through the roof. I have all week. I told you guys that I did. You mentioned mistake-free football. I just hope the Bills can play more mistake-free football than my Penn State Nittany Lions did last night. Hey. Unbelievable what we saw. Another masterclass by James Franklin. Take a bow. He now improves to 1-18 all-time in his career against top 5 opponents. They are the absolute definition of a fraudulent team. It pains me that is my team that I've grown up on my whole life. I've been a diehard fan of my whole life because I get on the Cowboys all the time and the Dolphins all the time. And that is what Penn State is. And they get gifted a yellow brick road, Rico, to the college football title. I've never seen a team in my life, Rico, play for a title, obviously. Last time you checked, folks, I'm a Bills fan. So you know I haven't seen that, and I wasn't alive in the early 90s. That was the closest I've gotten, Rico, and it got completely taken away from me last night when it was on the table. So now it's all on my Buffalo Bills shoulders. Not that it always isn't, because it always is. But they have got to do what you said, mistake-free football. I am still very nervous, though, Rico. I am very nervous. It's not because, and before anybody says in the chat, as you know, Rico, because I'm scared. Exactly. It's because it's playoff football. I can't define the feeling for you, but the second the Patriots game ended the other day, I felt it. And then as soon as the graphic popped up, Rico, after Sunday Night Football, when they displayed the times and it felt real, I felt it even more. And then all week long, it's been building a little bit more and a little bit more. Has it gone away for you? I know you kind of mentioned it did, but is it still lingering around there? If so, why, how, like, where are you at?
So here's the deal. The more I've spoken about it, so I had my pod on Tuesday, so I was nervous then. The more the week went on, I was fine. I had another pod on my Bleacher Report, then I had one today. So I'm starting to build more confidence for myself and say, you know what? I got to remember, like, I hate I don't want to say that I hate it because I like it, but like, let's just look at it for what it is and who's there. Bro, we have Josh Allen. We have an O-line that's one of the best pass blocking O-lines in the league. We have a defense that's healthy. We have a running back that's underrated, in my opinion, right now. Because, I've come a long way. But we've got a running back that's doing well. Cooper's going to be playing. We have everybody that we need to win this game. If we lose this, what a disaster it would be. So I'm starting to get more confident, but I'm anxious at this point. I'm not nervous, but I'm anxious. But the more I talk about it, the better I feel. Now, you, on the other hand, you're probably all over the place. You need to explain to me and explain to others why you probably would be all over the place.
Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, as you can tell, I'm not in the Z-Bot home studios. I am back at the Rents in Rochester, and that's because I had planned all along, as I've told you on here 1,000 times.
Yep.
When it's do or die football, I come home. in a padded, well, not padded, it should be padded, but a closed room. And I watch with my dad and my mom. If Caroline wants to come, she can. She didn't this time around because she had plans. So I come home. That's how we watch it. That's how it always has been. And that was the plan. And my dad calls me the other day while I'm working, and he just hits me with the, "You ready?" I'm like, yeah. Like, yeah, of course I am. I'm nervous. I'm ready, though. No, he goes, no. You ready? I go, what, for Penn State? Yeah, I'm ready for that, too. Like, yeah, you're killing me here. And he goes, no. You ready? I'm like, for what? He goes, Section 200. I go, you gotta be shitting me. I go, are you kidding? He goes, pack your bags. He goes, you good with it? I'm like, yeah, I'm good with it. I mean, I'm already nervous as hell. It's always a little more nerve-wracking when you're there, right? Because you commit the whole day, you're there, and you feel the energy. So you feel the nerves inside the building. It's happening, Enrico. But long story short, I'm a little more nervous now because, yes, I am going. My dad got tickets from his buddy. It was completely unexpected. We had no plans to go. So...
And how do you say no to that? You can't.
You can't. Of course not. So that's where I'm at with it a little bit, Rico. There's always a little more stake in the game when you're in the building. You know what I mean?
I got to say, I thought it'd be less nerve-wracking knowing that you're going to be surrounded by 65,000 Bills fans. I'm sure there's going to be a trickle amount of Denver fans, but I feel like if you're around guys that are feeling really good, your nerves are shot, meaning they're in great position, in my opinion, and you're not worried because you're amongst Bills fans ready to have this thing. I felt that you'd be the opposite.
Well, it's a good point you make, and there's no way you don't not feel the love, of course. When I say nerves, I'm saying like there's a lot more involved when you go to the game, right? Okay. When you're not at the game, you're just sitting at home watching. When you go, though, like it's a commitment level to the day, right? Like, so you're all bought in. And when you're in there watching it live, I don't know how to describe it, but in big games, you just, I don't know, you feel like you're a part of it, and it just adds to your, I think I'm just insane, Rico. I'm sitting here trying to explain what's unexplainable. I'm insane is basically the best way to put it, right? There's no other way to say it. I can't hear you. Is it me or is it you? All right, good. The chat's letting me know. Because, by the way, while Rico's figuring it out, when you move from the Z-Bot studios to the Z-Bot's parent studios, nothing works right. Okay, I got to bring the whole thing. I got to go mobile with it, and nothing's working. My headphones just bit the dust. They're expensive-ass headphones. I got them for the reason that I just said shouldn't happen. I got nice ones so they don't bite the dust. They just bit the dust on me. And I'm using these Apple headphones from 2002, and the whole thing's up. Rico, how are we feeling now? We good?
Are we feeling good? Can you guys hear me?
I got you now.
Right.
Yeah. So, I'm in the same boat as you. It's all over the place.
Pretty much I was saying, like, there's nothing better than being just surrounded by Bills fans, but like the energy level that when the great things happen, it's amazing. Yeah. And when the low moments happen, it doesn't last very long. And then once the rumbling starts happening. And what gets me when I go to Bills games, when everybody starts hitting the seats in front of them, boom, 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 boom. Dude, I'm excited for you, bro. I'm jacked for you, bro. I want you to have a freaking great old time.
You know what I'm wondering? You want to know who I wonder if he's nervous or not? Because this is somebody who plays it cool at all times.
Always.
I mean, no matter the situation he's in, whether it's a wedding, whether it's a tailgate, I mean, my man's playing it cool the whole time. I'm wondering, do you think Doc has any nerves for this game?
This, Mike. Doc gives me the impression that he's Mr. Cool and Mr. Suave all the time. There are no nerves. Yeah. Right? He has patience coming into him saying, Doc, fix me up, man. He's got to be cool. He's got to be nervous. If he's got bad news for them, he'll break it down to them in a way that is calming and soothing. So I have a feeling that he'll be able to take on this game with nerves of just steel. He'll be just fine. He's got ice in his veins. I don't know. Maybe he could probably let us know.
It's an excellent point. He's got ice in his thighs. We might as well ask him for himself, though, Rico. There he is. It's our main man, TD, the Thigh Doc. Brother, happy Wild Card weekend. How are you feeling going into Wild Card weekend?
I'm doing good. Feeling positive.
I knew it.
That's all you got for us? Nothing else? That tells me you're a little bit nervous.
I'm always nervous. I would have been 5 through 8 through the Super Bowl run. So I definitely have a lot of scar tissue. And anytime we get to the playoffs, I'm nervous as hell.
Okay,
See, that's nervous. Key though, right? It's not the opponent. Like even when the Bills were playing a Tua-less Dolphins 2 years ago at home, it's just because there's nothing else like it in any sport. It's one and you move on, or one and you go home. There's nothing like it. Regardless of who you're playing, you feel that. There's no way you can't.
Well,
I hear you.
This is the one thing that I do want to ask Thought.
Yes.
If you got tickets to go to this game, whether you can watch with a whole bunch of friends at home, the comfort of your home, wings, this, down, the third, or tickets to go to the game, are you taking that opportunity to go watch this game, or would you rather watch it at home and just chill out and you know how you are? You're probably like, I can't. I need to be home. What would be you do? What would you be doing? Because my man, Z-Bot
go to the game.
He's feeling good right now.
Go to the game.
Go to the game.
Tickets, go to the game. If I could, I would. I'm planning on going next week if we win, which puts a little extra stress on me to make those plans. But I live outside of Buffalo now, so I was born and raised there. But now I'm repping us so hard downstate.
You better be.
Some people identify. I identify as a Bills fan around here. So when the Bills go down, I got to eat that bullet. So now it's do or die. Kind of been putting in people's faces lately, especially with these Jets and Giants fans down here.
Of course.
But I'm confident. But as Z-Bot said, it's like one and done. So you never know. Anything can happen. What would I be worried about? Like a close game and McDermott's decision late in the game. That would be on top of my pecking list there. But I think we got it. I think we got this. I'm pretty confident.
I'll tell you what I don't feel good about. Is it's minor, but it's major at the same time. By name, minor. By position, major. And I need you to speak on something, man, because we've been looking at these the injury reports and who's practicing all week, and I see a lot of, full practice. Did not practice or questionable. Talk to me about Codrington. Golly. Our return guy that's been healthy all season dings up his thigh, his hammy, on the last freaking special teams play of the game, and that's what puts him out. Talk to us. How severe? Because I remember the first time we spoke about this, you're like, I don't like the chances. I don't like it. But I was like, you know what? Give him some time to heal. Talk to us.
All right. Got a bone to pick here. McDermott played his cards so well. And what are the chances it's another special teams issue? All right. Didn't put the safe team on. I know we had another blunder earlier in the year. The 12 men on the field last year.
Right.
And then forgets to take out the kick returner. 2 minutes left, week 18. That's when he pulled his hamstring. Listen, you want to put him out there, tell him just take a touchback. What's he doing? I mean, the risk reward there is tremendously poor. Unfortunately, that is a blunder. And we'll see how it goes. Now, it's a kick returner. It shouldn't dictate the game. But if it is a close game, if there is a momentum swing, that happens on special teams. So missing yards, get a guy out there who afraid to field the punt and it rolls into a bad touchback, something like that. Could see that happening. Poor hands, fumbles the ball on the return. I mean, it's a real issue. So he's got a hamstring. Hamstrings take 2 weeks, 13 days to be exact.
That's why you said it. Okay.
9.9 out of 10 times he's not playing this week. He didn't practice, and then he did limited for 2 days, which is promising. That at least that tells me it's very mild. So we're on the 2 week track. But if he didn't show anything, he didn't sprint, he didn't return kicks in practice. So I would assume he's not playing. we can get into who we think is going to actually, be the punt returner, which it sounds like it's going to be Shakir. But if he does, I mean, it is like black and white just saying, hey, this man is not going to return anything. He wouldn't do kick return. He would do punt return, but it does hold some value. So say you want to sacrifice, hey, we're not going to get a nice return, but we're going to put someone back there who can field the ball and just call a fair catch or get it and just go down because they're comfortable with how he can handle the winds out there. Kind of tossing between that. I think the safe thing to do is just rest him, bring him back next week if we advance. What do you guys think?
Bob, what do you think? What do you got?
I got to tell you, based on last year, if this has to be the sacrificial cow, so to speak, in order for this team to be healthy, I mean, the fact that the Bills are going into the playoffs the way that they're currently going into it, when you factor in the way that they went into that Chiefs game last year with what they had, if Codrington has to be the one thing of note that we have to focus in on in terms of injury, obviously it's not ideal. He's been terrific. I mean, you want to talk about a pickup for the Bills that kind of seemed like it was off the beaten path. You take him from the Jets and you're not expecting much there. And then he's been great for us. It's not that you don't want him out there. Of course you do. But when I'm thinking about what it was last year compared to this year, if this is my biggest concern heading into the postseason, I have to be okay with it. That's kind of where I'm at.
Non-issue. You're right.
I would say that
non-issue?
Well, non-issue to compare to last year.
No doubt. And that's what I wanted to ask you. I'm interested.
Again. Now listen, if this was all right, how do I feel? This week, there's a reason we're 8-point favorites, okay, going into this game. We should be able to handle them, especially at home. If we do, this is a non-issue. True. If it's a close game, you're in the next round, it was a tougher matchup, a closer game. I mean, yeah, to be beating a little sweat on this one because that can change the game, guys. What are we good at? A bunch of things, but one that sticks out is field position. So you got a guy like Covington. He's a key cog in that happening. You take that away, that's one of our aces. So a close game, even matchup, big ticket item. This game, I think we can get by without him. And if, again, they might put him in and just say, all right, remember Sam Martin went and punt kicks with a torn hamstring last year? He just did it. He couldn't chase anyone down. So you put a punt returner back there. It's risky. But if you think like, hey, we get him back there in some situations, we know we're just going to call a fair catch, whatever. I mean, he could do it, but it would change the way, teams would approach it. So they'd be like, let's give him something that he's got to feel. Let's give him a little screwball. I mean, there's some gamesmanship to that. So putting him out there when everyone knows he's a line duck out there, I just don't think it's a good idea. Put Shakir back there. He could return a little bit. He'd call the fair catches too. I don't know. It's not supposed to be windy, so that's another feather in the cap to just put him down for 1 week.
I don't mind Shakir being back there, but I don't like it because he's such an important part of this offense. So I wonder if they do put him back there. I don't know if that's been the conversation. I've been reading a little bit, but I mean, there hasn't been any like concrete like that's who we're gonna put. I thought Ty Johnson might be someone that might be put back there because I know he's got some returning ability.
He seems more like the kick returner.
Him and Davis can go dabble him into punt return, but I can see Khalil being there as well. But I mean, things could be way worse. We could be last year's Bills going into the playoffs with a litany of injuries. Right now, we're just talking about our punt returner, and I don't want to just say just our punt returner, but we're talking about the return guy. Everything else is a go. So I'm excited. I'm ecstatic about that. I feel good. But I want to talk less injury, but more football here. So, and I don't want to get into the MVP talk yet because we'll get into that just in a little bit. But knowing what you know, Doc, and how Josh has played, and just how things have flowed, where nobody was really looking at the Bills to win the division because we're talking about the Jets and the Dolphins and blah 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 blah. Right? We know the whole story. But where we have arrived now, doesn't it feel like this is it? We're supposed to be where we're at, or are we? If things don't go as planned, because I was thinking about this, are we just like, well, if it doesn't go well, we weren't supposed to be here if you think about it, because we lost this and lost that and da. Or is that out the window? It's do or die. We're in this position for a reason. Let's get it. How are you feeling going into this game, knowing what they were saying about us then, and where we are now?
I think we have as good of amount of a chance as we've always had. So I don't think like, hey, we lost. Oh yeah, it was a rebuilding year, even though we will have some more money next year.
Right.
But Rico, I've been on enough fate trains, like being a Bills fan, having that childhood trauma growing up. Oh man, this makes sense. This is the year the Bills are on a 6-game winning streak. We're playing the backup Steelers. No, we lost at home again. There's been a lot of that, but in a sense of, if I had to rate it on my fate train rides, I mean, This is up there. You got Kyle Williams coming back today. I think he's a special one. He hasn't been there as legend of the game. And this is a special season for Josh. I mean, he's got a huge chip on his shoulder. Give him the second team All-Pro. Put another one on the other shoulder. I don't know. He's showing out. He's matured. I mean, he's matured in a way we haven't seen before. Like this is next generation Josh Allen, what we're probably going to see for the next 4 or 5 years here. So with that said, I don't know. I definitely think they could do it all here. And I'm kind of hoping for that. And I'm expecting a deep run here. So if we win, like I think we should put the critics to rest next week. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. And then who knows what'll happen in the AFC Championship game. That's what I'm looking forward to.
But are the lines still the same? Because I know they were at 8.5, 9-ish. So, I wonder if they've moved.
So what I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing anywhere from 9 to 9.5. I haven't seen the 8.5. If it did flash, it flashed for a minute. This number, either way, it's held right around that 9 the whole week. And we'll talk more about that later in terms of what that might mean in terms of kind of factoring in the idea behind this game and what could happen. But the expectation around this, of course, is a Buffalo Bills dominant victory, right? And it's held serve. And most things I've seen one of two takes that everybody seems to be locked in on. Either the Bills are winning this going away, or the Broncos are pulling the upset. I haven't really seen many people saying Bills are winning close. I've seen either the Bills are going to dominate here, or Denver is going to upset them. That's kind of the two sides of the spectrum that I've been seeing continuously.
It makes sense, and that's what I've been seeing, a little bit of both. But everyone thought the Vikings and Lions game was going to be an absolute shootout.
Right.
It happened to be surprisingly a defensive juggernaut matchup of back and forth. I mean, more of Sam Darnold looking like old Sam Darnold, and the Lions either taking advantage of the mishaps of the Vikings, or maybe the Lions have turned Anzalone all of a sudden has these guys playing great defense. I don't know exactly what it is, but sometimes you can expect a whole bunch of stuff, and then it's a big old defensive matchup. So it's so tough with these two teams. A much improved Broncos team, a quarterback that seems fearless, and I mean, my man Z-Bot is a big fan of Bo Nix, and I'm not saying he's shook by Bo Nix, but he certainly ain't sleeping on Bo Nix. So this matchup is quite an interesting one, and Sean Payton has a lot to prove. If you think about what the Broncos, big huge dead cap, what was it, like $70 million on Russell Wilson, something stupid, and they go ahead and make the playoffs since 2015, first time since 2015, with Sean Payton pretty much proving, they're playing. Some people are saying they're playing with house money.
They are.
Would you agree that these Broncos are playing with house money? They got nothing to lose, baby.
Broncos are 1,000% playing with house money. Both they and the Commanders this weekend are playing with house money. Like you just mentioned, most dead cap in NFL history, and they immediately find out that they have something special in Bo Nix. They're going to probably have the defensive player of the year in Pat Surtain. They make the playoffs for the first time in nearly a decade, and they're going to Buffalo, who has one of the best odds to win the Super Bowl. This is certainly house money. And then you look at Washington. They have been towards the bottom of the league for a while. This was by far the best season they've had in probably my lifetime. Maybe the RG3 rookie year could be up there, but I think this is slightly better. I think Jaden Daniels is going to be better than RG3 was. I know the injuries kind of blind you from the idea of what RG3 was, but when he came in, he was great. And I think Jaden Daniels is going to be even better. I think he currently is better. I think they're in the exact same situation. Two teams that had struggled for some time now, both have their futures locked up at quarterback. And I think they have their futures bright in terms of their success in both conferences. And I definitely think that they're playing with house money. And there's something to be said about that. I think when you're playing with house money, you're playing loose. You're playing with nothing to lose. I think that there's more of the ability to kind of go and do things you might not do in a pressure tight situation. So I would 100% say yes. Playing with house money is exactly what Denver's doing on Sunday.
Absolutely playing with house money. Side note, I don't want to get away from Bills talk, but I mean, this show goes from, we could talk about everything under the sun. We're going to get into that. Thidoc, I need your input on this because unfortunate news for Deshaun Watson.
Ooh.
Re-tears his Achilles. Re-tear or re-ruptures, whatever you want to call it. Bro, how it's already difficult coming back from an initial tear. But a re-tear?
Yeah.
Is he done?
Done? No, I think money talks, and he's going to have to come back. He's going to be bad.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I can't see him come back like the old. I mean, he lost a step. First of all,
no, he's done. Now his legs are gone, and his shoulder was already gone. His shoulder was a big one. Yeah, no, he's screwed. Yeah.
Oh, he's so done. He's so.
You should
done.
call me for some massages.
I'm done. Listen, man. Just don't be scared.
I know what I'm doing.
Can you give any words of counsel to my man Z-Bot? Because right now he's hurting with Penn State. With Penn State, what happened to Penn State last night, and he doesn't know how to deal. Is there anything that you can kind of?
What do you got for me, Ty? Anything I can do to the thighs to kind of soothe myself?
Yeah, you're a Bills fan. You're a Bills fan first. Get over it, buddy. Going to the game on Sunday.
Oh no, that's 100%. It's not even. You know, I'm so used to it with those guys. They've been the same. Jesus Christ! Like I told you, the bot studio at the bot parents' house. It's like working out of a. I mean, my God! I just had the charger just to basically explode on me as I was talking.
Is that a telephone wire?
This right here is an Apple iPhone headphone from, I believe, 1999 when the iPod debuted. I just had the charger completely just explode out of the wall, and I'm holding the mic because I don't have a mobile mic stand. So yeah, a little bit.
Love it.
Yeah. But anyway, with that said, no, Penn State, it is what it is because they've been the same exact team my whole life. It's just that I know for a fact that they will update the way that the college playoff seeding is going to be moving forward because this year was a debacle. This was the easiest path they've ever had and will ever have to get to where they were at. They will never get back to where they were at last night. They had the win and blew it. So you just know, unlike the Bills, you know with Josh Allen, they're always going to continuously get back and have a crack. Penn State will never get back to where they were last night.
Well, I mean, they had their chance. They had their chance, and things happen. James Bell comes in with a comment and says, Broncos probably don't stand a chance, just so you guys know. Go watch Lamar and what he did to that defense. All of a sudden, look at it. The thighs are out. The thighs are out. Thought, what you think? There it is.
Put some shorts on.
There you go. Allen will do the same thing, they say. He's too athletic for the Broncos D-line. He'll scramble and kill them. I mean, shoot. He's going to use his legs. We know that. They play 59% in cover one. So you got safety over top, man-to-man on the bottom. So Josh does extremely well playing man-to-man. So 59, 60, we'll round it up to 60% of them playing man. So look for a lot of Josh taking advantage of certain things and a lot of one-on-ones with James Cook and the linebacker. And I'll take that all day, every day. So there's going to be some things that we'll talk about tonight that the Bills will have an advantage over these 10-7 Broncos. I mean, you can look at the 10-7 Broncos all you want and 13-3 Bills. It don't matter. Once you hit the playoffs, bro, everything's 0-0. We start from scratch. So we go from there. I mean, so looking forward to it. Thigh. Anything that we should be knowing, any articles coming out that folks should be ready to get into so they know what to anticipate for this upcoming game?
Yeah, we got the usual coming out tomorrow. Just a little recap of the injuries for the week. It's short and sweet, but it's a fun read.
Listen, we are our healthiest that we've ever been. This is where we got to take full advantage. I don't know who said it. I think it was Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox said something to the nature of the Bills peaked last year when they were 6-6 and they had to really just go on a run. And by the time that they made it to the playoffs, they were banged up. This isn't the case now. They feel like they haven't really even peaked just yet. So if those are the words coming from our tight end, so shoot, I'll take those words all day and run with it and see if we can put a run together and get to that damn championship Super Bowl game, man. So that's all I got for my man Thigh Doc. Thigh Doc, Z-Bot, you got anything for my man Thigh?
That's it. What's the plan for Sunday? What's the move? What are you doing?
My son's actually coming around on the Bills thing. He's like 8.5. So I'm actually inviting over another friend whose family I had converted to Bills fans.
Attaboy.
So get them together for the playoff game. I thought it'd be a good experience for them. Hopefully I don't traumatize anyone.
There you go.
Look at that. Father first on Wild Card Weekend is Thigh Doc. You can't beat that right there.
Try my best.
Good work, man. I love it. That's great.
Thanks.
That was probably the time where I feel like I really started to get into it. Before that, it's tough. There's some kids who get into it earlier. I think once you get to like that 8 to 10 range, you start to lock in a little bit.
Yeah, trying to finish the job.
Good for you.
Finish the job. Speaking of job, are you? Is that a fat head back there?
No, it's just cut out. So I can play with it.
There you go. Play with it all you want. Speaking of play with, are you going to play some music before you get out of here, or is this going to be one of those mature? You know what, guys? Have a great night. I
think we got mature Thigh Doc tonight. I was getting that vibe.
No. I'm alone in my bedroom, so if you want to put the music on, I'll do it.
What do we got? Let me see. What do we got? I have that one song for you. Where is it?
And he does have rhythm. Give him that fast one, because my man at the wedding was showing me everything he has. I know he can hit the beat. There it is. I know he can hit it.
Look, he's already got it. Look at this. Look at this. That's when you know he's a seasoned vet. He already had it. Look at that. He didn't even have to roll him up for us. He already had him roll.
Attaboy. Look at mine.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Whoa.
Whoa. This guy's
Thank you, Thigh Doc.
Go Bills. Have fun.
See you, buddy. Wow.
Damn fool,
there
man.
I mean,
my man Tom was like, what's going on?
I don't know.
What's happening?
We're watching in real time along with it. We don't have the answers, folks. When you bring Thigh Doc on, you cannot. Good thing this is an FC. What is it? What's the thing? The regulations on the TV. Good thing that YouTube isn't under those same regulations, because when you bring Thigh Doc on,
the FCC,
FCC, yeah. Is it the same thing in Canada? Is Canada? By the way,
something like that. It's all the same.
How are you guys feeling? By the way, about your man Trudeau stepping down?
Listen. I'll just tell you that. I'll just put it this way. Good day, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Good day to you. Go do your business, and we wait for PP to come through and handle business. But
let me ask you, how significant is that? Because I guess I really wasn't fully under the impression that there's no term limit. So has this happened before?
A resignation?
Yeah. Like, is that common, or is this pretty out of the?
No, it's not common. It's not common. So he's been under a lot of pressure, but it's not even that. It's the pressure that's been put on him. His own cabinet was like, "Yo, you messing up, and I don't like the way this is going, so I'm out." So everybody started. A few prominent people started dipping on him, and now he's feeling the pressure. And old boy Pierre Poilievre is putting the big time pressure on that boy, political pressure. And then he's like, "You know what? I'll resign, but I ain't resigning until my guys can find a replacement for me. So I'm going to stay in power until March. So March is when things are going to really go down, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes out. And then your boy, we're going to make him the 51st state.
Yeah, well, hey, at least, if that happens, at least you can go on like the websites that you can never go on that I send you.
I get pissed off so much. You have no idea. You have no idea. But anyway, man, so maybe we'll be the 51st state. Never know. Maybe our taxes will go down, because taxes is through the roof. And but then I don't want to use
not go down here. I can assure you that. I can promise you that. If you become New York 2, you will not be going down in taxes. I can promise you that. You can join what is it? The Gulf of America now. That's what it's going to be. You can join that.
Who knows?
I mean, that would be great. That would be great.
Who knows, man? And listen, man, I kind of don't want to lose my my health care, so I kind of like that free health care. I don't want to go bankrupt. I mean, if I broke my arm, I have to give up my old house and stuff. So I mean, depending if you have good health care over there. But anyway, neither here nor there. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we'll be neighbors, or maybe we'll be brothers, and we'll be. I love it.
Listen, if that's what it's got to take, then I'm all in on it. I'm all in on it.
United States and Canada.
You know what I'm not all in on, Rico? I'm not all in on these awards. Once again,
why don't you like these awards? What's got you up in? I mean, you got your panties up in a bunch. What's going on, man?
Yeah, so we're going to obviously talk Bills Broncos, and that's the primary focus, of course. That is the main goal: win each and every playoff game. But we're not there quite yet, so we're going to get there. But before we do, we have to talk about what came out today, and that is the All-Pro teams. And we have gotten a significant glimpse at what the MVP award is going to culminate into on February 6th at the NFL Honors when it's announced. Now, the one thing to keep in mind here, the AP, which votes on the All-Pro team, are the exact same set of people who vote on the MVP. And it is almost without fail a lock that whoever becomes the first-team All-Pro quarterback is essentially guaranteed to become the MVP. Well, if you haven't seen today, the All-Pro teams came out, and Josh Allen was named to the second team. Only Buffalo Bill named to the All-Pro team. Lamar Jackson named to the first team, which in all likelihood means that Lamar Jackson is going to be the MVP. Now, here's what kills me about this.
Talk to me.
Is that, let me just bring this up real quick. So a couple of days ago, this was literally the line. This is from BetUS. This is the line on the MVP literally 24 hours ago. So if you were on BetUS, or, you were just scrolling social media and you saw my page and you looked at the updated lines to bet on the MVP, this is what you would see. Josh Allen at minus 450, Lamar Jackson at plus 325. In other words, that is telling you that Josh Allen is a significant favorite to win it. And with no more games left to count towards the MVP voting, you would anticipate, based on that it's Josh Allen's award to lose. The AP votes come out. The teams are announced. This number can no longer be bet because of the implication the AP has on the market. But it was up for a brief period. And Lamar Jackson went from around the plus 325 range here to a significant favorite. And Josh Allen went from the minus 450 range to a significant underdog. So what we're essentially telling you right now is that Josh Allen, in all likelihood, barring a major shock to everybody, I believe every quarterback who's been named the All-Pro first-team quarterback has won the MVP for roughly the last decade or so. What we're essentially telling you here is that Josh Allen will not be named the MVP. Let me ask you this, Rico. When you see this come out, your initial reaction to the Josh Allen side of things before anything else?
Yep. Here's the crazy thing. I'm not at all shocked that Lamar got the nod at All-Pro over Josh. And simply, if we're looking at the All-Pro, the numbers are better, period. Mm-hmm. He's got better numbers. There's no debating it. It's just what it is. He's got nearly 1,000 yards rushing. I think he just eclipsed 900 yards rushing. He's got 4,000 yards passing. First time he's ever done it. But 5 interceptions. I get it. He's got more turnovers than Josh full year. Totally get it. So I'm not at all shook by it. I'm actually saying, okay, he got All-Pro. But the MVP, I just can't see the MVP and the All-Pro correlating. I think there are two separate ways they're going to look at this. They may be the same voters, but I feel like there's two criteria that are very different. And I still think he gets the MVP. I still think Josh gets the MVP.
Wow.
And he can have the All-Pro. I'm not really swayed by the AP All-Pro going to Lamar Jackson. And BetUS, I mean, the odds being totally swapped, I'm not swayed by it because the voting was done, Wednesday? Wednesday was the last they could vote. And now they're just building intrigue. At least to me, that's what it feels like. They're building intrigue for it to go right down to the nitty-gritty of like, who's gonna get it? Well, we already know who's gonna get it. I think it's still gonna be Josh. I still think it's gonna be him. But you're bothered by this. I need to understand. Take me where your mind is at as to why you're so bothered that he could potentially not get the MVP.
Well, I'm not, like you said, I'm not necessarily bothered at the idea that Lamar Jackson got the first team All-Pro nod because, like I've said 1,000 times, nothing about this season is not worthy of a MVP consideration or a first team All-Pro consideration for Lamar Jackson. The numbers surely have earned that recognition 1,000%. I have a problem, I think, with the way that this is conducted. I don't quite understand how the AP votes on both. You put the team out on January 10th, and you don't find out the MVP until the 9th of or the 6th of February. But since 2013, every single quarterback that's been named the first team All-Pro has won the MVP. What the award has become is essentially what you saw today. Whoever becomes the quarterback of the first team All-Pro team is going to win it. So you're essentially, the anticipation of it is over. And that's why when you say that, I understand the sentiment. I'd like to think that there's some difference between the two because it's always felt like All-Pro. And this is what kills me. MVP and All-Pro shouldn't be the same thing. You don't have to be the most valuable player to your team to be on an All-Pro team, right? Because you could look at, for instance, when Cole Beasley was voted to the first team All-Pro by Peter King, because you only need one of these votes to get onto it, right? He was a first team All-Pro he was voted onto the All-Pro team by Peter King. And when you look at it, the Bills have had just as much success post Cole Beasley as they had with him. But he had a tremendous year, and you're named to the team because of what you did in that season based on the numbers. But it's not necessarily the fact that you're that valuable to the team to the definition, because you're great that year, but it doesn't necessarily mean the team doesn't necessarily mean that your value to the team is that of what the MVP award indicates. Because if that was the case, then you might as well just give an MVP to everybody on the team. The team itself is meant to reflect the best players of the season, right? And I think that has a lot to do with numbers. This is where you lose me on the MVP, and I don't understand how this has not been the widely adapted mindset surrounding it. I don't know what it is. I can't say it isn't because I don't know what it is. I don't think anybody knows what it is. I don't think anybody knows what the hell the MVP is. Being named to an All-Pro team does not necessarily mean, oh, you're the most valuable player or you're extremely valuable to your team. It just means you had a great year. Rico, you could be, just to give you another example, say CeeDee Lamb continued to just have a dominant year. Say he had an incredible year, which he had a good year this year, marking the circumstances, but he was hurt. The whole Cowboys team was hurt. But let's just say that CeeDee Lamb puts up insane numbers this year on a hurt Cowboys team. He's never going to be considered the most valuable player, but his numbers were great, so you put him on there. He wasn't good enough to get the team in the playoffs or to be a overly competitive team, but he himself individually had great numbers, a great year. You're on the team. Value to me means that your team simply would not be any shred of what it currently is if it were not for what you bring to the table. And I just think that the fact that these two things are completely correlated should not be the case. And two, it just kills me that you're now in the fourth season of Josh Allen having 40 plus consecutive touchdowns. No one's done it more than twice. And this guy now, once again, with this season coming to an end, is not going to have, Super Bowl be damned, because we're gonna find that out eventually here. But should you not win the Super Bowl this year, this guy, after the season, with all he's done, is still going to be the only one of Lamar, Mahomes, and Allen to not have a single thing in the case. And after you look at how this award was dissected this year compared to how it was last year, no one knows what this award means. No one knows what it is. Everybody's got a different interpretation of it. And I just have a really rough time with how Allen's played throughout his career, having absolutely nothing to kind of emblemize that, while Lamar is now going to have 3 of these trophies.
See, I get what you're saying, and it's a valid point. It really is. And then I'm like, okay, so if he's gonna, how do I break this down in a way where I'm like, if I'm a voter, so if I voted for Lamar Jackson, which one? Not only did he win the MVP, which most folks were like, I don't know, but I guess. I mean, he beat San Francisco in the last stretch, so I guess we'll give it to him. And then he gets first team All Pro last year. But then you look at the statistics, you look what he was able to do all year. If you're a voter this year, you got to go back and look at how did I vote for that guy to get the AP and the MVP, and was he deserving? Okay, let's take a look at this year. Are all years different? Absolutely. Can you sit here and say, well, I can kind of use use the way I calculate on who's going to win this and how this is going to be calculated? Bro, if you're a true voter, you got to look at what you did it last year, how you did it, and can you justify giving it to Lamar again? Hey, have the AP, but I know I'm giving my MVP to Josh Allen. So all this AP and unfortunately, some guys, I mean, who was it that you said? Eric McNair? It was Eric McNair that won.
Steve McNair. It was a co-MVP year with him and Manning.
Who was the co-MVP with? Who was that? I can't remember.
Peyton Manning.
Or was it Peyton Manning? It was Peyton Manning. So I can't see that happening again. But based on what these voters did last year, I think they're going to gut check themselves and say, all right, if we're going to truly give an AP All-Pro to a deserving candidate, Lamar did earn it. I think we tripped last year, but Lamar did earn it this year. But he certainly is not getting that MVP. We got to split it. There comes a time where you got to put your morals at hand and be like, yo, what makes sense and what's right? MVP to Josh, and away you go and give the AP to Lamar Jackson. Now, I do have a take after the fact, though. If it does play out the way it's supposed to play out, right? Or the way it's seeming as though it will play out, Lamar wins a third MVP, which is absolutely incredible. First and foremost, you got to give it to him. I don't want to say it's crazy. It is crazy, but it's incredible at the same time. But if he wins the MVP, All Pro, all that good stuff, how great of a story would it be if Josh Allen not only gets snubbed for All Pro, first team All Pro, snubbed, for the MVP. Now he goes out and absolutely waxes Denver. Then we have to face Lamar, the MVP Lamar, but by that time we won't even know if that's the case or not. And he absolutely dismantles the Ravens and then takes the Chiefs, and we go in confidently up against the Chiefs, and we walk our way to the Super Bowl. How great of a story would that be? And I'll tell you right now, it may not be in the cards for Josh to get that league MVP, but there's still an opportunity for him to get an MVP still, and that's the Super Bowl MVP. So maybe the way things are supposed to play out is that, you know what? Give us the biggest chip on our shoulder. No All Pros, just me? Okay. Pro Bowlers, we getting snubbed? All right. We got something to prove right now. Wait till we take on. Yo, I feel, you know what? Now that I'm getting my confidence back, I feel bad for the Broncos. I feel bad for the Broncos now. I feel bad for the Broncos. Why? Because you got a whole bunch of pissed off, like people that should have gotten a lot more praise that did not get praise. All right, we're going to take it on our Broncos. Oh, by the way, we got the Ravens. Boy, we got to pay y'all back. We're going to take it back on the Ravens. Oh, we're playing the Chiefs? Bring on the Chiefs because we know we match up well against the Chiefs. Let's go. I'm actually excited now. Now you got me in my mode where I feel bad for the Broncos because the more they give the accolades to the Ravens and everybody else, hey, we cool. What was that? When they say, hey, Josh Allen, pretty much your team pretty much sucks. What did he say? He was like, okay. Was that what it was? I can't remember what it was. It was that.
Yeah, I forget the exact question. That's what it was. It was
your team pretty much sucks. Okay.
Yeah, the Bills are confidently tweeted it out today.
So that's exactly what we want. Yo, we're gonna give Lamar Jackson the AP All Pro. Okay. Oh yeah. By the way, we're also giving the MVP. Okay. And then Josh freaking does this and says, all right, let me show you what's good, man. I feel freaking fantastic going into this. Yo, I feel bad for Bo Nix. We're going to slice him up. That's it. We're going to feel it. This is a bold tape. If it has to go to freezing hot takes, I'll take it. But now I feel great because If I'm a Bills player, I'm pissed off. If I'm Christian Bedford, I am pissed off.
Yeah.
If I'm Josh, I ain't saying a damn peep. I'm gonna just let my talking on the field. You know what I mean? Give my thumbs up. 1, 2, 3, let's go Bills. You know what I mean? Get in the locker room, get my game ball, move on to the next. That's how I feel. I hope I've swayed you in a way.
Well, I will say that is the silver lining to this. I definitely think that there's something to be said about this team having one all-pro nod, and it's Josh Allen to the second team. This is a 13-win team, would have been a 14-win team if they were playing in Week 18. The reason they weren't playing in Week 18 is because they won enough to not have to play in Week 18, unlike other teams, right? Oh. And so when you look at this is a team that had one of the best years out of anybody in the entire NFL, and they have one all-pro nod, and it's one of the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL. Outside of that, they have nothing. Would that, Rico, not be the immediate indication that he is the MVP of the league when you have a 13-win team get to 13 wins with only one MVP who is your quarterback? Does that not indicate to you value? It indicates value to me, but that's apparently not necessarily what the criteria is in terms of voting on this award. But here's what kills me the most more than anything, and this is why I'm so excited for this to be over. And after this, we're going to move on to Bills Broncos, because with that said, we're only bringing this up because it came out today. We have to talk about it. I see everybody in here. We're on to Broncos. I'm on to it too. I'm sick and tired of this. I've had it. It's just that when you see this stuff come out today, you can't help but go back to what we've talked about on here 1,000 times, and that is when you are in Buffalo and you have guys grinding and playing exceptionally well, like Benford is a perfect example, you just don't get the credit. You don't get the credit. And here's the reality. They never have. They didn't this year, and I personally don't think they ever will. And I tweeted out earlier, I said, the All-Pro team makes you wonder, what exactly would Josh Allen and other Bills players have to do to actually have a chance to win one of these things? What would you have to do? What is the criteria that has to be met? Because I had said it feels like Josh Allen would have to have a 2013 Peyton Manning type season for people who just hate Josh Allen. I'm not talking about the AP voters. I'm talking about the internet. Just a litany of people out there who can't stand the guy, and it kills me. I do not understand how you could be the biggest Lamar Jackson fan in the world and hate Josh Allen. You're watching two of the most electric, prolific players at the sport ever in the history of the sport. And it's not like they just hate him like we hate Mahomes because he beats us. They hate him because they legitimately convinced themselves that he's not a great player. It's crazy to me, right? So I tweet this out, and I got this big Ravens account who quote tweets me, right?
Okay.
This is his response, Rico. He goes, how about 40 touchdown, and he puts passes in all caps. You imagine being a huge Lamar fan using passes in all caps as your argument? When you think Lamar Jackson, what do you think of first, Rico? And he's a great passer. I'm not knocking him, but what's the first thing you think of? His running ability. That is what you think about, okay? So putting that in all caps to me, I just thought to be a little ridiculous. He goes, how about 40 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions, 4,000 passing yards, and one of the highest passer ratings of all time? That was his response to me in terms of what you would have to do in order for one of the Bills to get for Josh Allen to be considered for the award. My response was, no doubt, great season for Lamar. I said, crazy those numbers win you the exact same award that 24 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions, and less than 3,700 yards won you last year. His response, yeah, last year was a travesty. I agree. Should have been Dak Prescott. That was the response. So what I hate the most here, Rico, is this award has just become a sham. The goalpost gets moved all over the place. No one knows what it means. It's not a knock at Lamar. It's not a knock at anyone. It kills me. What kills me about it is that, in my personal opinion and in my mind, Lamar Jackson is not 3 full MVPs better than Josh Allen. And when you have all of these different narratives getting thrown around and no one knows what the meaning of the award is, it just kind of kills me that we would have to look back right now at Josh Allen's career, and he's just got nothing to show for it. I think it's a damn shame. That's where I'm at.
I can't hate on Lamar because I'm a big fan of Lamar. I actually love that he's getting, because you have to look at the Lamar story. Like, him becoming potentially a third MVP is a testament to like what he's able to prove everybody wrong. The same way Josh has proven everybody wrong. They've both been hated on to the point where they're about to drop Lamar into the second round until the Ravens are like, nah, this guy's talented. I'm gonna take a flyer on this guy. I can't hate on Lamar because he was supposed to be a receiver. We're gonna convert him. He's like, bro, I'm a quarterback. And he's proven it potentially a third time. I can't hate. But I do dislike this thing that people are doing where you got to hate one, like we've talked about, and love the other, or hate the other and love the man. Both these quarterbacks are deserving. They just happen to be in the same position, drafted in the same draft class. You know what I mean? And they're both probably going to end up being Hall of Famers.
So then to your point, that how does one guy have 3 on one side to 0 on the other if it's as close as you're indicating?
Listen, man, I can't explain it. I can't explain it because most folks, if you were to say, let me start a franchise today, right now, even my man Ing Ravens that's in this chat at this moment, if he keeps it all the way real, keeps it a buck, he would take Josh over Lamar. Not because it's like such a landslide between both quarterbacks. They both give you great skill set. But I'm taking Josh Allen over Lamar, straight up and down, right now. If I were to choose a quarterback right now, you finally have Lamar showing you that, listen, I can be a 4,000-yard passer. My man been doing that. Yeah. Josh Allen been doing that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've been there. So you just made it. Welcome. Congratulations. You know what I mean? But it's still coming along. I take Josh Allen over Lamar all day, but I love both quarterbacks. It just happens to be. They just happen to be in the same situation. It's like Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. It sucks, right? But eventually, both these guys are going to have some great success. It's just they happen to be going head to head. It's tough.
Peyton Manning won how many MVPs? 5, 6. But Brady's got a bunch. This is what I'm saying to you. It's all over the place. Now Lamar has more than Mahomes. So it's. And I want to clarify earlier when I said, when I think of a runner with Lamar, the guy had put passes in all caps as if to discount that it was put in all caps to discount the fact that Josh Allen has a bunch of rushing touchdowns this year to add to his total.
I don't think it was that way. I think he did it just to show you that he can pass too.
Oh, I didn't read it that at all. I read it as a slight at Allen. That's how I read it.
People want to label him a runner, and to the point where Lamar can run all day if he wanted to. If he wanted to, he could run all day.
Of course.
But he's sitting here trying to prove people that he can pass the ball because y'all trying to pigeonhole me into being.
Oh, I agree. And that's the thing.
So
like Lamar,
maybe that's what he was trying to say.
I read it differently, and that's why I said when I first think of Lamar, the reason I think of him when I think of him running, it's because he might be the greatest running quarterback I've ever seen. That's why I think of it. It's not a discount to his passing.
Yeah, for sure.
The reason I think about him running is because he's probably the best to ever do it at the position. That's why I think about it. That's why I found it ironic that he put passes in all caps, because I thought it was a way to kind of discredit that Josh Allen has a bunch of rushing touchdowns this year, when you could say, why would you try to discredit the run game when Lamar Jackson's been one of the best quarterbacks to ever succeed in the run game? That's kind of how I viewed it. That's why I had mentioned, when I think of Lamar, I think if you were to think Lamar, the reason why you go down that road is because I think you're going to look back and, yeah, Lamar is probably going to go down as the best running quarterback we've ever seen.
And if this continues, I've said this before, and people kind of like, that's so disrespectful to Josh Allen, so on and so forth. If this type of stuff continues with them giving MVPs, because at the end of the day, this is what makes a career a career. All these records that Josh Allen's breaking is fantastic. But if I don't have a whole bunch of All-Pros to go with it, if I don't have some MVPs to go along with it, it doesn't quite really, what's the word? I'm like, kind of prop up his career the way it should be. We know he's a future Hall of Famer, but it'd be nice to have an MVP with your future Hall of Fame career. I mean, a couple All-Pros with your future Hall of Fame career. So I say that because I saw a comment here. If I'm gonna damn it, I missed it because it was somebody that made a comment. I say all this to say Josh may not care, but it does matter at the end of the day when they all want to call it a career. It does matter. So having 3 MVPs is wild, like you said, 3 MVPs to none, really. But if this continues though, Josh Allen will be compared to Phillip Rivers, and this is no disrespect. Phillip Rivers is a good player. Josh is far better. But Phillip Rivers ain't got nothing in the case.
But you want to know what's crazy about that point, though? Is Phillip Rivers is thought of that way because Drew Brees won a Super Bowl and Rodgers won a Super Bowl and Brady was winning a shit ton of Super Bowls and Manning was winning Super Bowls. Lamar isn't winning the Super Bowl. So why would you look back at Lamar if you were to end the season and say Mahomes wins it again? You would look back and both Lamar and Josh Allen would have 0 rings, yet Lamar would have 3 MVPs. And Josh Allen would have 0. That's where I think it's different with the Phillip Rivers thing, because Phillip Rivers couldn't win in the playoffs either. He couldn't win anything. It wasn't just MVP. That team, back when they had LaDainian Tomlinson and Antonio Gates, they were as good as anybody in the league. They just could not win, right? But the difference is that that both these guys currently haven't won. Yet you would look back at one guy you would think based on those numbers alone he was winning it every year.
I don't disagree. I really don't disagree, because when you look at it, if their careers were to end right now, you're like, hold on, I saw both these players play. 3 MVPs over here and none over here. That's crazy. But I'll tell you right now, if this continues and Josh, doesn't put things together and get this MVP, get a Super Bowl at least, and he's got nothing in the case on top of that as well, bro, it sounds crazy to me. But I'm confident that we'll put it together at one point. We've got to. I don't want him to be in the same category as Phillip Rivers. I don't. I really don't. I think he's going to get 1 or 2. But I need that right now. I need that hella right now, because right now it's up for grabs.
To your point, this can all be a moot point, all of this. If you and I sit here, and it would literally be a month from tonight, Rico. The Super Bowl is on the 9th.
Yep.
We could sit here a month from tonight, the day after the Super Bowl, and we could be having a completely different story, because guess what? Who gives a rat's entire ass about an MVP if you go out there and win it this year? I just find a lot of this stuff to be funny. One of the things I find to be funny is this. Right now on BetUS, the Buffalo Bills, Rico, are a 9.5 point favorite against the Denver Broncos. 13 wins. Clinched the division on December 1st with 5 weeks remaining, and are a massive favorite, right? Meanwhile, Denver, rookie quarterback, did not clinch a postseason berth until the final week of the year against Kansas City's Z team, right? Still have a ton of respect for Denver, but these are 2 different seasons, right?
Sure,
so 9.5 point favorite on BetUS. Real quick, by the way, what I'm getting to before I do, you might want to go and look at this number yourself. It's YouTube 150, the promo code on BetUS. 150% sign-up bonus, up to $2,000 on your first deposit. 125% bonus on your next 2 after that. I bring this up, Rico, because I want to bring it full circle. Okay, Bills 9.5 point favorite. The Denver Broncos 9.5 point dog. You would assume, Rico, the team that is nearly 10 points favored over the other team would have the better players based on how these awards and these teams are curated, right? Wouldn't you assume that, Rico?
You would assume so.
The Buffalo Bills had 1 All-Pro nod, Josh Allen's second team. The Denver Broncos, who are a 9.5 point dog to the team that had 1 All-Pro, had 5. The Denver Broncos had 5 players named to their All-Pro team. 5. When you hear that, does that not kind of make you question what the hell any of this truly results in? If you have 5 All-Pros, how are you 9.5 point underdogs to the team who's got 1? Talk to me, Rico.
I'm not. It's funny because it's crazy. I don't get so caught up. I don't know what it is. I don't get so caught up in this All-Pro, and it looks good for when you're at the end of your career. What can you roll out and say, I've done this, and this is why I belong in the Hall of Fame. But as of right now, bro, these boys are just trying to win. So this 5 All-Pros on the Broncos, that's also a 10-7 team. I don't give a damn what y'all got over there. Y'all lost 7 games. All right. To the Bills, it's a testament as we're one unit. Ain't nobody high, ain't nobody low. is one unit. Everyone just does their 1/11th, if you will. And if we all do what we're supposed to do, yeah, we'll clean house. We'll clean house. But you would think a 13-win team would have kind of produced a couple All-Pros at least.
Come on,
you would think.
Yes.
You would think. But that's not the way the league sees it. They don't look at Christian Benford, the 6th-round draft pick out of Villanova, as anything special. Nah, bro, they don't. Deion Dawkins got beat up by what? Jordan Mailata, or was it Lee Johnson?
That one to me, Rico, it is the most insane. Deion has been nothing but nails for this team. And it's just, who cares? Everybody's like, who cares? Who cares?
And this is the big thing at the end of the day. Let me ask you this. Why do you think the Bills are 10-point favorites? You got 5 All-Pros on one side, 1 All-Pro on the other. Why are the Bills 9.5, almost 10-point favorites?
Because of the most valuable player in football. This is what it comes back full circle. I just don't get any of it. I don't get it.
It's and you know sometimes what it is too is when people have their minds made up, right? Minds made up on Lamar Jackson. Minds made up on Josh Allen. He's inaccurate. He can't do shit. 14-point completion percentage boost because he changes mechanics and so on and so forth. He has proven so many people wrong. It's like they still have something against the man. I don't know what it is. They don't want to give it to him. So be it. He's had to do this his whole career. So be it to him. He just wants to win. So go out there, beat down the 5 All-Pros that are on the 10-7 team, that you're 9.5-point spread favorites. Beat them down and move on to the next. And I think Josh is so damn focused and the whole team is so damn focused, they could care less. But it is a travesty that you don't have more. I mean, you had Taron Johnson was an All-Pro last year. No, sir. I guess they don't deem him as that type of player anymore, which is fine. He had a couple injuries and he was all right. Deion Dawkins, no All-Pro. Christian Benford, no All-Pro. Josh, I mean, come on now. I mean, It is what it is at this point.
Listen.
It's about getting the freaking job done against these boys and moving on to Ravens. I want the Ravens. Golly, do I want these boys.
Be careful. Be careful.
No, I don't want to be careful. I'm not being careful shit. We got no choice but to play them. It's just what it's going to be.
No, we know. Keep saying that to me because the last time you and I got in this argument, you were right about the Lions. So do it again, so that way you're right about it.
I'm just saying, man. We got punched in the mouth so bad that we still had the little birdies around our head and we just couldn't shake it, bro. We gonna be ready for these boys. And I can't remember. Everybody wants to talk about, and I gotta say this because we're talking about the Ravens, but I might as well get into the Ravens talk. We didn't have Taron Johnson. We didn't have Terrell Bernard, and we didn't have Matt Milano, and the 3 linebackers gone. And you got Taron Johnson out. But those guys don't score points. That makes all the difference by stopping the opposition and giving more opportunities to your offense. But that's just me. I'm going to put it out there, but we'll wait till we have to go ahead and play these Ravens, right? But we got to take care of these Broncos. And I know most folks are like, let's talk about these Broncos, how we can beat these Broncos. So let me ask you this.
Hold on. Before you do that, okay. I just need to say one more thing.
Say it, boy.
Because listen, throughout this whole thing here, there's been a lot of just bullshit arguments. I'm all in for a great debate about who the MVP should be. And a great debate is not hopping in someone's Twitter DMs and being, hey, Josh Allen's a 1-yard touchdown merchant. Josh Allen can't beat the Chiefs. I mean, it's the dumbest shit you've ever seen in your life. Give me a decent argument. And the decent argument has been that Lamar Jackson had terrific numbers. And I couldn't agree more. Lamar Jackson, 1,000% had an MVP year. There's no question about it. The thing you go back to, of course, is last year. This was always going to be everyone's biggest issue. You win it last year, right? You have the numbers this year, and now all of a sudden you're able as a Ravens fan to say, or anybody really, look how much better he was than the MVP year he already had. It's just it's low-hanging fruit. Rico, this to me right here might single-handedly be the greatest argument you could possibly have for Josh Allen being the MVP. There is one MVP on the Buffalo Bills. It is Josh Allen. There's one All-Pro on the Buffalo Bills. It is Josh Allen.
Yep.
There are 6 All-Pros on the Baltimore Ravens. How is the team with 1 All-Pro finishing with a better record and a better seed in the conference? How is that team with the 1 All-Pro not considered to have the MVP than the other team with 6 who finished with a worse record and a worse seeding? I just don't quite get it. And To me, the term value means what you mean to your squad.
Yep.
If you are the only all-pro not on your entire team and you get to what the Bills got to this year compared to the guy who's going to win it who had 5 others on his, man, oh man, Rico, it just doesn't really add up to me. Doesn't add up.
Well, eventually things will start to add up. Things will start to come into place. And by the end of it, if things fall the way we need it to fall, and I believe the way we think it's going to fall, Bills fans, Bills Mafia, will be getting the last laugh. And I wholeheartedly feel good about it. So we'll see how that all shakes out. What you got?
People always bring up the division too, how bad the Bills division is.
Oh, I don't want to hear that shit.
You guys get to play the Cleveland Browns twice a year. Not my fault you lost to them once. And Pittsburgh is bad, okay? Pittsburgh does the same exact thing every single season, right? They have a great majority of the regular season, and then December rolls around, and they completely implode. Okay, and you lost one of those to them too. And then, by the way, in your division, Cincinnati barely sniffed a winning record this year. And I know you guys had 2 incredible games against them, and I know their offense is absolutely off the charts. But don't act like this year the AFC North was the NFC North, because it wasn't. I know the AFC East completely blows, and I know the North is better, but it's not like it was just insane. It's not like it was this insane gauntlet.
How are the Bills going to be penalized for taking care of their division?
They have been. Allen has
penalized us for that because at the beginning of the season, y'all ain't gonna do anything. It's Tua's division now. It's Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall, and Mobley's. Stop it, that's all we heard all offseason. Josh lost this, Josh lost that. We're about to see what he does without Diggs. He proved every single one of you suckers wrong. And on top of that, he swept the division. It's not our problem. We dominated.
And you know what, Rico? If it's the worst division in football, then why did everybody pick the Bills to place 3rd in it?
Boom.
I just
how tables turn real quick until they start realizing who's at the head table.
I don't know, man. And it's
like you said it, man. Hey, don't act like the Browns were doing the damn thing. Don't act like the Browns were doing the damn thing. Listen, the defense for the Bengals were not great. They weren't.
Not great. It was borderline.
So I don't want to hear it. I ain't trying to hear it. As much as I respect Russell Wilson and all that stuff, the Pittsburgh Steelers, come on now. They're on a 4-game skid. Don't talk to me about that nonsense. I ain't trying to hear it. I ain't trying to hear it for any Ravens or Steelers fans talk about that. And I respect the AFC North when they're legit, but this year it wasn't it. It wasn't it. I don't want to hear all that stuff. Come on now.
The reason by the way, the reason I love talking about this right now, it is getting me amped to go and do what really matters. And that's win this Sunday and moving forward. Because talking about this, I thought about this earlier. If I'm McDermott, I'd be interested to hear what you're thinking about this. If I'm McDermott, if you're McDermott,
yep.
Are you plastering the all-pro team and the all-pro individuals based by team? And what I mean by that is the amount each team got. Are you plastering that all over the facility? Are you making that an emphasis? Because I am. This pumps me up. Not that I really give a damn about all of these numbers. I care about Allen a lot just because of the legacy. I think he's getting completely boned here in terms of that.
Yep.
The other guys, it's whatever. It doesn't necessarily make or break how I think. But I think that there's a lot of motivation to be had here. And it's motivating the hell out of me. The reason I love talking about this, it's just getting me amped to go and do something here that if you go and do it, it is the ultimate pinnacle of flipping the middle finger to everybody, right? And I think that this is a hell of a way to fuel the tank to do it. How do you feel about it?
I absolutely would. So
yeah.
Who was it today? Was it Lane Johnson? I think it was Lane Johnson. Lane Johnson got ousted. He got bested by Jordan Mailata. I think it was Jordan Mailata. I can't remember who it was. So at his locker room, he's got a pin posted of, I guess, their accolades, and he's using that as motivation. Also, that's how y'all see it. So if I'm Coach McDermott, or I'm Brandon Beane, or I'm one of the position coaches, boy, am I plastering the picture of Lamar Jackson over here. and I'm putting all the all pros on the freaking Broncos. I'm doing everything possible to get my team hyped up. Now, it's my job as a coach to keep it even keel. But y'all should be motivated. They don't respect anything in this locker room. So we show no respect for them on the field and whoop that ass and move on to the next. Hell yes, I'm doing that. As a coach, you should. If you sit there and be like, don't let that play out. We just play our game. Oh, we're going to play our game. But there's going to be a little bit of motivation onto it as well. So you best believe Sean McDermott better do it. And if he doesn't, missed opportunity. You got to. You got to go to your quarterback, have to sit down in his room and say, hey, listen, man, you're the only all-pro in this room. You should be this. You should be that. Go get these boys riled up and let them realize what's good. This is where the leadership Josh comes in. And this is where the maturity Josh comes in. Does he come in and say, hey, boys, you see what's good? Let's go out and fight for one another and whoop that ass. Let's go. I see that absolutely happening. So I pray that McDermott is finding ways to drop little hints in here, maybe little nuggets around the locker room. So when these boys find it, they know what's good.
Yep.
I love it. I hope he does.
So you're getting these guys pumped up, Rico. If you and I were McDermott, you're getting these guys pumped up. That's one thing. You got to be ready to rock.
As your head coach, this is where you like head coaches like Rex Ryan. You kind of like head coaches like Nick Sirianni, that kind of beat off a little bit.
Dan Campbell, Rico, right? I mean, could it be
Campbell? You love guys like that.
Yeah.
Right? Those are the guys that you run through a brick wall for. You know what I mean? A coach like McDermott, not his style to be like a Dan Campbell, but you respect the hell out of a coach like that and you want to play hard for him because you know how much it means to him. But golly, if I'm finding a way to get these guys motivated, if I have to kind of put a little couple nuggets here and there, they don't think you a all-time pro corner, Mr. Benford. Give me 3 picks this game. You feel me? Like, lock in.
So
lock all the way in, man.
That's a big part of it, right? Getting the guys amped. Like, for instance, the Dan Campbell thing. Listen, the Lions are loaded with talent, but I don't think they're as good as they are if they didn't have the culture Dan Campbell instilled. That's why the Jets have had talent and cannot succeed. The Jaguars have had talent. They cannot succeed. People overlook this about McDermott so badly when they criticize him. It all comes down to a couple of moments, and they never step back and analyze the fact that this Buffalo Bills team had one of the most mediocre to bad cultures in the sport, and it became arguably one of the best. Unarguably one of the best, arguably the best. Okay. Dan Campbell takes over a Detroit Lions team that a blink of an eye ago was 0-16. They now have one of the best cultures in football, right? There are so many things analyzed about a head coach, and I feel like this one is oftentimes one of the ones that is most overlooked. That's why the Bears can't get it right. The Jets can't get it right. The Jaguars, the Giants.
You're right.
You see it, Rico, right?
You see it.
So it's huge. You have this part locked down. This part of it for the Bills, Rico, it never, ever crosses my mind in terms of a concern. So we have this locked down.
Yeah.
Now we get into Denver.
Let's do it.
You're analyzing this game. You got the boys pumped up. There's no way they're not. Even I'm right now, like where you were at earlier when you were saying, Bo Nix, I'm scared for you now.
Yeah.
Now where I'm like, baby, these guys are going to be ready to rock. So you got that ready. Talk to me right now. The one thing that stands out to Denver where you're like, that right there is the thing that if they execute on, that's their best chance in the football game on Sunday.
So it is clear as day. Nothing else matters but that trench, that line, that they have guys that get after it. Bonito is no scrub, right? That front seven, that's a good front seven. You can't disrespect that front seven. Although they have some weak points here and there, but if we lose this game, it's because we are getting pushed around, and I'm going to say we're getting pushed around like little bitches. We are getting pushed around, right? So if they come into Buffalo and push us around like little hoes, I have a problem because now you've made Josh Allen uncomfortable. Now you've made Josh Allen have to break the glass too early. Now he's out of rhythm. I don't like it. So this regular season old line that we've had all year, we need that interior alignment. I don't know if you saw this yet. I think you saw it by Bobby posted it. 1,500 plus snaps, 0 given up by the interior. That attitude needs to be brought in. And I think there's a sense of pride with only giving up 14 sacks all year. So, and you have a team that's coming in giving up what 63 sacks. I've sacked the quarterback 63. Yo, we ain't gonna let that shit happen. So I love what I see with the O-line, but if we do not take care of business and they penetrate that defense, that our offensive line, and got Josh moving and uncomfortable and at Josh's feet, and now his mechanics are all off, this is a problem. Slow start. I'm gonna even go further. Watching the game, I was just watching the highlights of the Broncos Bills game last year. Boy, did we get off to an ugly, slow start.
Oh, I hated
Turning
that
the ball over.
Oh my God.
Slow start, not taking care of the football. We weren't executing on offense, and we let him get a jump on us. And it was that moon ball by Russell Wilson that opened everything up, that got him a pass interference, and then scored not too long after that. Just absolutely eats me up. So I saw what it was last year. We're not about to let that crap happen again. We got to get a quick start. But if we let that defense penetrate and disrupt us, it's going to be a long day for us. I'll keep it a buck. It's going to be a long day. So I ask you, flip side, what is it that you need to see from the Bills that has us just completely in our zone, handling business against these Broncos?
Two things were first, hook 'em horns, just tied the game against the Buckeyes. Let's go, Texas. You love to see it. Alaska man, you're killing me.
He's good on your last number. What?
On Alaska man all night. He's killing me tonight. He's been on my ass. Killing me.
He's on your ass.
All right. I love that you brought up the point on the trenches, because luckily for the Bills, I think the strong suit for Denver happens to be the strong suit for Bills in terms of the mixing oil and water.
That's right.
You're repelling it, right? You come in with the best D line in terms of sack numbers. The Bills come in with the best O line in terms of sacks allowed. This Bills offensive line, the transition from what it was in the beginning of Allen's career to what it is now, Rico, it is maybe one of the most under-talked about things in terms of the success of the Buffalo Bills, and really the maturation of Josh Allen and his ability to continue to progress as a more mature quarterback. For a long time now, Josh Allen has been a very electric, elite quarterback.
Yep.
The ability to take that step and mitigate the turnovers, mitigate the sacks, the negative plays. There's a reason why the Bills had one of the best turnover differentials of all time this season, that offensive line. The Broncos bring in an exceptional D-line. But this Bills offensive line, in terms of what they've done individually, that has culminated into a collective effort that's been incredible. It's through the roof. Now, you had said the key here is, of course, keeping that rolling. We have seen at times the Bills do things in the regular season that have gone to the wayside in the postseason. One of the biggest things has been, of course, the defensive line having success in the regular season, not being able to find that in the postseason, right? Now, say that doesn't happen, Rico. Say the Bills' offensive line doesn't have as great of a day as we have come to expect, which I don't really anticipate. I mean, they've given me absolutely, if there's any unit on this team that has given me negative reason to not have faith in them, it's this offensive line, which, once again, 2 years ago, if you would have caught me saying this, I would have been like, the hell are you talking about? I can't believe it.
Right?
The beauty here, Josh Allen is a way different quarterback in the playoffs beyond the numbers. He is a running quarterback in the postseason, far more than he is in the regular season. When the Bills hit do or die territory, they hit that Josh Allen, if you want to run, baby, you run territory. They hit that button. If Denver is able to overpower the offensive line, because you got two of the best going at it here in the D front and the O line. If Denver's able to get that edge, that's where I think Josh Allen takes off. If they get back there and then he's able to get outside of the pocket, if they dedicate guys to getting after Allen and it doesn't work once they get past the line, that's where I think the Bills also have an ace up their sleeve should it not go the way you're hoping it will in the battle of the trenches. He, better than anybody, can escape the guy who gets past the line and gets right on him. In the postseason more than anything. Go look at his rushing numbers in the postseason compared to the regular season over the last couple of seasons. He goes off. And I think that could be a huge one in this game, Rico. The other thing, too, here, when we're going to flip it around on the other side, I think it also comes down to the same thing, but with Denver O-line and the Bills D-line. You got a rookie quarterback coming into Buffalo. I don't care if you have the worst D-line in the league. It's already a tough situation to be in mentally. Can you continue to make that situation more difficult by getting pressure on Bo Nix? The one thing that stands out to me going into this postseason more than anything, can this D-line, Rico, finally have an impact on a game? That's what we've been waiting for every postseason that Josh Allen has been the quarterback of the Bills. I think it's a great opportunity Sunday to continue to make a really difficult situation for a rookie quarterback insanely more difficult. That, to me, Rico, could be a major factor in this game because Bo Nix, much like Josh Allen, has the ability to scramble, has a huge arm, has great athleticism. But can the Bills defense take that away, kind of like Denver is going to try to do to Josh Allen? I think it's going to be huge in this game.
So speaking of run, I love what you did there. And I love that Walter reminded us. 32 yards. 32 yards is all Josh Allen needs to pass Steve Young for the all-time postseason rush.
Great poll, Walt.
So I love that. I appreciate that, Walt. I remember seeing that, and it was a good reminder. And I love that you brought up Josh taking off with his legs because anytime listen, the Broncos play man 59% of the time. So there's going to be a lot of DBs with their backs, to Josh. Very dangerous thing to do. And what teams will start to do too is not only will they try to play a little man, then they'll put a little spy for Josh. And I said this earlier in my Bleacher Report show, play the spy all you want because Josh is familiar. Everybody tries to play a spy on him. The Chiefs do it. I think the Lions tried to play a little spy, and the Lions paid for that because Ty Johnson was on your ass. So play spy, play some man, be ready to have Josh leak out for 50, 40 yards. Now, could that be what the Broncos want? They want Josh to take off? I don't know if you want that. So
no way.
That's number one. And I highly doubt that they want that because that's a recipe for disaster. But I think when these things do happen, look for James Cook to be a recipient of wide open in space opportunities. Curtis Samuel, same, right? We want to see those things. So you want to play a little man? I'll take James Cook over your linebacker Bonito. I'll take James Cook over any of these cats on that squad. So be ready for James Cook to go off. And that's where I'm going to jump in. I feel that James Cook, if you guys remember last year against the Broncos, James Cook did not have a great outing. Although statistically they were okay numbers, but he fumbled twice. He got benched. So he remembers that against the Broncos. This is a grand opportunity for the 1,000-yard back, 300-yard receiving, 16-touchdown back to come in and dominate. Now, one thing that I have is one unit is going to be fraudulent. Which fraudulent unit is going to show itself? Is our O-line a fraudulent O-line? Or is that 63-sack D-line a fraudulent 63 sacks? So this is where we're going to find out who gets what, right? Because we've seen a lot of times where we want a lot of pressure on the O-line, our defensive front, and we can't get home. We can't get home. Just take a look at the playoffs. The playoff, my man Walt will know this. He's been getting on our ass for weeks. We don't get pressure enough on our opposing quarterbacks come playoff time. Now that we're healthy, I'm going to be looking to Greg Rousseau to be a huge difference in this game in the trenches. Greg is going to have to go against Bowler, the left tackle over there. If they move him around, Von Miller, Nino Brown, you're going to have to, if you're going to pull that pistol out, you're going to have to G-money everybody on that squad. Those little opportunities that you get, you better G-money the left tackle, you better G-money the guard, you better G-money the linebacker, the running back that's going to try to get you because you got to get work done. This is where we're going to need the 8 sacks from Rousseau to show up. We're going to need AJ Epinesa to show up with his 6 sacks. Von Miller's 6 sacks. You got your $1.5 million? Bro, don't stop now.
Great.
We got to keep going. Lastly, for me, I need to hit this one individual up on defense that needs to show up. Take a guess what I'm going to say. One guy. I'm looking at this one guy to be the guy that really shakes things up and that could really change the game, disrupt the game.
Ed Oliver, no question.
Woo-wee! Ed Oliver. I loved everything he said in his press conference. They're asking questions. He knows. He gets it. I got to come in and do what I got to do. If Ed Oliver doesn't show up the way we need our first round draft pick, extension money given DT to show up, bro, we in trouble. So we need that brother to show up. I love Greg Rousseau. I love Vaughn. I love AJ Epinesa, Javon Solomon. I love all those cats. But we paid your ass for these moments, Ed Oliver. Yo, you need to come through.
Correct.
You need to come through and disrupt the game and make Bo Nix, fill in the blank, look like whoever you want. Little Bo Peep. I don't care. You make Bo Nix look like Little Bo Peep. Handle his business. That's all I got to say about when it comes to that. Because that's why I got myself all hyped up now. I'm hyped up.
Oh, I'm gassed up right now. I'm gassed up.
I'm hyped up. I don't care now.
I'm feeling like my boy Richie Fresh right now because I know every time we do this, my man starts going crazy. Do you remember the narrative after the Rams game surrounding the D-line because they couldn't touch Stafford? They did whatever they wanted. Do you remember the narrative? D-line major problem.
That's tough, and we can't get after the quarterback. We're shot. We just don't have it. I mean, you name it. There was all these types of narratives coming out that we couldn't do it.
Do you remember what happened instantaneously in the Detroit Lions game the week after? Immediate hot start to the D-line.
Refresh my memory.
It was an immediate hot start. Forced a Detroit 3-and-out early on. Defense was hot early. Bills got up to a multi-score lead early. They dictated the game. If I'm McDermott, one more thing I'm doing this week is I'm telling this D-line they suck. That's what I'm doing. If I'm McDermott this week, I'm telling Ed Oliver, I'm telling Greg Rousseau, hey, guys, you've been great in spots. But, man, when it's come to the postseason, man, oof. You haven't been those boys. You haven't been those guys.
I really do feel, I mean, this, and don't get me wrong, you said it earlier today. The Broncos O-line is one of the best in the game, if not the best O-line in the game. They protect. They have this Broncos. Bo Nix should be crushed every time. But that O-line has been salvaging and keeping him up. So go ahead.
I'm glad you bring this up because this is what I wanted to transition to.
Jump in there.
Because so that's what I'm doing in terms of trying to light a fire. And I feel like it really did work before that Lions game. I really did. And I would make an emphasis about it. I think the D-line, if right now, Rico, if you went into this postseason knowing the Bills had a stout D-line, I don't think anybody would be worried about anything. The only worry anybody has right now about the postseason is the defense and Sean McDermott at some point doing something that they don't like. Or
sadly, that's true.
Yes, or Tyler Bass, potentially. Those are the three things, right? Yeah. So the D-line, that to me is a huge one. Now, you mentioned getting after Bo Nix, right? And having this Denver offensive line trying to mitigate that. My man Mikey comes in here, Mikey Jr., Denver Broncos fan. And he's saying Bo Nix throwing for 300 yards easy, right? He's throwing for 300-plus yards. And I'm here to tell Mikey that I think if Bo Nix gets close to 300 yards, that's not good for Denver. I wouldn't want Bo Nix near 300 yards because, in my opinion, that tells me they're throwing a lot of balls late in the game trailing. That's what that tells me. If I'm Mikey, I want to see Bo Nix at about 205 yards with Javonte Williams at about $125. That's what I'd want to see if I'm Mikey. Because to me, if I'm Sean Payton, and I know Denver hasn't had a whole lot of success running the ball this year, but neither did the Jets when they faced off against the Bills. And Breece Hall had a day on that Monday night game, okay? I think that if I'm Sean Payton, one of the things in this game that I'd emphasize, and I don't think a lot of people are going to look at, because they see Bo Nix, they see that he was in the race for the Rookie of the Year, they see what he's done for Denver to get him to this point, they see what he just did a week ago against that Chiefs B team. And even I was saying, of course, while it was on live, I said, I don't care if it's the B team, man. This dude's throwing dots all over the field. Everyone's expecting him to go in and be the guy that carries Denver. I think if I'm the Broncos, I'd want it to go through Javonte. How do you feel about that? Because when I see that take, if I'm a Denver fan, 300 yards for Bo Nix tells me he threw for about 120 of them in the fourth quarter down by multiple scores.
Here's how I look at it, and I'm glad you brought that up. Because great point, by the way. If Bo Nix is throwing for 350, That means he's 30 plus attempts, 35 to almost 40 attempts. That means they're down. And that means the Bills are pinning their ears back and getting after Bo Nix. And now we're just kind of playing prevent just to kind of end the game and get going. So I see that. So what you just said, what you want is Javonte to have big numbers. I kind of agree. I definitely kind of agree with that. And what we don't want to see from Bo Nix and Sean Payton is Marvin Mims Jr. getting in space, because they do a lot of, instead of running the football, because they're not a great running team, number one, right? McLaughlin, less than 400 yards, give or take. You got Javonte Williams about 400 to 500 yards, and you got Bo Nix at 400. Those are your leading rushers right there, right? Bo Nix can take off. So we're a very bend but don't break defense. So if you're going to
Buffalo Fanatics, what's going on? This is Pierre the Kingpin, and I wanted to talk to you today about Cigars International, which is the ultimate destination for premium homemade cigars. Known as the industry leader, Cigars International offers the largest selection, unbeatable prices, and a customer service experience that's second to none. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned vet, Cigars International makes enjoying cigars easy, approachable, and fun. Cigars International is the go-to retailer for all things cigars, with the biggest selection of premium homemade cigars available anywhere. Cigars International offers unbeatable deals and discounts, making it easy to stock up on your favorite or try something new without breaking the bank. With fast free shipping and their 100% satisfaction guarantee, you can shop with confidence knowing that Cigars International stands behind every order. They have good relationship with vendors that helps provide great low prices. Whether you're new to cigars or a seasoned pro, Cigars International makes it easy to find the right cigar with helpful guides, staff reviews, and expert advice. It's not just about cigars. Cigars International also offers a wide range of accessories and more to elevate your smoking experience. Check out the great deals every day at cigarsinternational.com. That's cigars, CIGARS, international.com. Use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply. Again, use code FANATICS at checkout for 20% off your order of $50 or more, plus free shipping. Or visit www.cigarsinternational.com/fanatics, and the discount will automatically apply.
To run the ball, you're also killing your own clock. So we just have to find that median of.
But don't you think they want to kill that clock, Rico? That means Allen's sitting over there with a Gatorade.
It is true. It is also true too. But we're also a bend but not break. But we take the football away. We got 16 fumble recoveries and we got 16 interceptions. So I want them to be in that throw mode. But the one thing that does scare me, I'll just say this. I'll be honest. If I'm going to be keep it real and know what the weaknesses on our defense, big strong backs, Bills don't do well with. I remember first week we played James Conner, and he was running very well until we decided to kind of change the trajectory of the game, and now they had to pass the football. But early on, if you guys remember, that boy was running amok on us. So bigger, strong backs tend to give us some challenges and some issues. So Audric Estime, whether they get him going, he's not one guy that's really in their plans. It's usually the two-back system with Bo Nix getting in there. As for the run game alone, I just don't want it to be a downhill type run game. And going back to last game when the Broncos played the Bills, we had a good grip on Javonte Williams. He broke out a couple times with a couple passes, but for the most part, we had a good grip. So I believe the same thing is going to happen. We'll get a good grip, bend but not break, take the football away. The boy's got 12 picks. He's going to give us something. So get those picks early, take those turnovers early, put up a couple points, make them one-dimensional, and have Bo Nix throw for 30, 40 attempts. But if they get going with the run game, with a heavy dose, and just pounding it down the middle, bro, it might be problematic for us because we don't do well with big physical backs. So I'm hoping we stay away from that. Derrick Henry, y'all saw what happened. Big physical pack. We got issues with that. So Javonte is not a small man. That boy, he can run. He does a lot of weight behind him. So we just got to make sure that we mitigate that run and allow Bo Nix give the game to Bo Nix. Let him do what he's got to do. I'll take the odds of McDermott being 9-4 versus rookies all day, every day. Give it to me. So mitigate that run, but let them get into that pass mode. We just got to take that ball away from them. That's what we got to do at the end of the day. Make Bo Nix look like a rookie. Golly, man. That's what I see.
And that's the one thing that that's the other reason why I'd want to run the football. Because there's a multitude of reasons if I'm Denver that I'd want to run the football. One, I think it's the biggest weakness for the Bills defense. Two, I don't want my rookie quarterback going into that environment throwing the ball 30 times. I just don't. And three, the more I'm running it, the less Josh Allen's out there doing what Josh Allen's doing. I think only beneficial things, or I think it's only a benefit to Denver if they're able to run the football. But the question is can they? Right? Because like you mentioned, it's not like it's their strong suit. And this is the other thing, too. I've been thinking about this in terms of this game. It's made me wonder if the Bills won the toss, if I would accept it in this game. Because I wonder if you immediately go up in this game and then you put Bo Nix, a rookie quarterback, in that environment in a losing situation, I think it makes it a hell of a lot more difficult. This is something that I'm thinking about.
I love that. Psychologically, I feel that McDermott messes around. I don't know if they know, but depending on the offense or how young the quarterback is, I don't know if he picks and chooses how he wants to deal. I think being at home, knowing how charged up this defense is going to be, and if it's his choice, he's kicking. He's kicking. He's going to trust his defense, led by Babbage, over this young rookie quarterback led by Sean Payton. Now, I got to give respect to Sean Payton. He ain't no slouch. He ain't no bitch. Like, he knows ball. He absolutely knows ball. But I'll take our charged up defense at home to get that first crack, get him done with, and away we go. What about you, though? Are you taking ball and making a statement and scoring first? Or are you letting the defense get us started? Get the ball back, give it to Josh, and let's go. Let's get this thing cracking.
I think there's two ways to look at it if you're Buffalo in terms of thinking it's a benefit. I think making Bo Nix go out there immediately to that crowd could be a benefit. Like, hey, buddy, game started, you're up. Like, I think there's something to that.
Right.
But I also think that there's something to the idea of you go and get a lead. Hey, buddy, now you're up. I know it's not first, but second, and now you're down. Okay. I've been thinking about it all week. It's weird. This is one thing I've been thinking about in terms of this game, maybe more than anything, just because I think, oddly enough, for these Bills, and Pierre mentioned this earlier when we were talking in the chat. He said when the Bills get a lead, based on this year, like the Bills get a lead, and it's kind of like it's over. Like they get a lead, they just kind of don't relinquish it. That's the way it's been.
It does feel good. I kind of go, oh, okay, all right.
Exactly. And guess who feels the opposite? Denver. And that's why I think in this game, Rico, if I'm McDermott and I'm calling this game right now and we just won the toss, I think I'm taking the ball.
You taking the ball?
If I'm playing Baltimore or if I'm playing Kansas City, I am deferring 1,000 out of 1,000 times. I need that ball first in the second half. This game, I think it's a different story.
Okay, so remember how we were talking about the Denver's playing with house money?
Okay.
Right? Yep. Playing house money. Hey, fellas, they want to give us the ball first. Or sorry, they want to take the ball first, whatever it is. The way I'm looking at it two ways, okay? So Josh gets the ball first, falters, 3 and out, or we go down, miss a field goal, whatever the case is. Now the crowd is silent. So I look at it like now crowd is silent. You've given.
True.
You mean you've deflated the crowd a little bit. We thought we had it. Okay, let's try to ramp back up. And here comes Bo Nix with a quick screen. Mims. Oh. And now we're like, whoa, what's going on? So I kind of don't like that. I want the crowd to be in his head. They can't hear. He's doing this. He's doing this. That's what I want. I want all of that. I don't want him to have like a subdued crowd, right? You're going to be in the crowd.
It's a great point. It's a great point.
You'll feel it. So that's the beauty of that's the psychology of the game, man. So how I'm looking at analytics. How has Bo Nix done starting with the football? How has he done? Okay, getting the football late. I want the crowd so in his ear that he can't deal. That's what I want. I don't want a subdued crowd where he can actually communicate and tell his guys what to do because the fan are kind of down because we're so charged up. Half the crowd is baked because they had a huge tailgate and ready to roll. I don't want that. I want us to be locked all the way in, get that rookie so discombobulated, doesn't know what's going on. We get the ball back. Now the crowd is right back up, and Josh gets his first opportunity with the football. Let's fucking go, man. You got me cussing. I don't want to cuss, but y'all catch what I'm saying, man. But
I'd say it's a great point.
There's an argument for either side. And I asked this to the chat. The chat, do you want the ball to start or do you defer and you kick? What do you
I posed the same question to the Broncos fans in this chat as well. I'd be interested to see.
Let us know what y'all want. Broncos fans that are in here, would you want the ball knowing what's on the opposite side? Because I always wonder too, right? I don't know if you talked to enough Broncos fans. I don't have any actual Bronco fans I could have hit up, right? But I'm sure I could have really wanted to. But I wonder how Broncos fans are viewing the Bills or how they see the Bills. Do they see the Bills as, that's lunch meat, man. I don't believe in anything the Bills are doing. Or, shoot, we're playing the big bad Bills, man. I'm kind of scared to go up against the big bad Bills. Oh, man, this is going to be a one and done. We're out of here. I wonder how Broncos fans view this game as fans going into this game. Because Bills fans, at the beginning of the week, I'll be real. For me, I was like, man, not that I don't feel good about it, but I was like, shoot, I'm kind of nervous because anything can happen. Anything can happen. These guys are playing with house money. They just came off a huge win against the Z team, like you said, for these Chiefs. So there's a bit of confidence in there. Bo Nix, 300 yards, 21 points in the first quarter or something stupid like that. So they feel good. But I wonder, I don't know if Alaska Man is a Denver fan or not, but
I don't know what Alaska Man is. I don't know what he is.
Alaska Man, are you a Denver guy? So are you saying the Bills are cupcake? You're just going to run right through us? Like, talk to us, man. You want the ball first? Or
I think Alaska Man's a Dolphins fan.
Even worse. Poor guy.
No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. I have no idea.
That's why I look at it. But yeah, that's a great question, by the way, Bot, because I don't know how McDermott's going to want to look at it. Does the snow play a factor? Is it going to be snowing?
No, that's the other thing, too. For Buffalo in January, it's a heat wave. It's going to be 31 and no wind. So, like, it's not, the elements are not going to be a factor in this game. I'm thinking about what you just said, though. There is something, like, it's a gamble to take the ball first. But if you cash in on that gamble, man, is it a huge difference?
It is huge.
The idea behind him having to walk out there for the, initially, that's a lot. I mean, that crowd's going to be crazy, bro.
You know it's going to be crazy. 1 o'clock game. How long? We've been wanting 1 o'clock games. We've been waiting for the 1 o'clock games. The 1 o'clock game, everybody's ready to go. You're going to be sitting here. He's going to call his first play. He's going to lift the knee up. We communicate here, run the football. Or it might be a play action and try to go deep right off the bat just to silence us. Bro, I love football. I love football for these very reasons. Because it's the psychology of the game. Who's going to do what? Who's doing what? Who's playing chess? Who's playing checkers?
Yeah, it's funny you said. I saw a picture the other day. It was during the Lions-Vikings game. Someone posted it, and it was 2 coordinators on either side for Minnesota and Detroit, and they paired the pictures side by side at the same time. Like how they do a double box of the camera. And both OCs had the sheet over their face, and they were calling a play. And it was right to your point where it was like every snap, every down of the game,
everything
is a chess move. And that's why you're doing that. Like, you're just kind of looking, you're evaluating, you're dissecting. No other sports like that. In basketball, you have how many possessions a game? 70, right?
In baseball, that's usually average.
Right. Baseball, you know the exact amount of the exact amount of times you're going to be on the mound or at the plate. Right. So it's the beauty of the game. Like, every single snap is different. You don't know how many opportunities you're going to have. That's why I think in this one, the idea behind this move is something that I would look at a little bit more than I would in other games, just because this spot for Denver is one that we know as Bills fans is tough. We went into Houston. It wasn't their rookie year. It wasn't Allen's rookie year, but they weren't good enough to make the playoffs in his rookie year.
Nope.
But when they got the pieces around him to finally have a decent enough team, they make it in his second year, and they go up 16-0 on the Houston Texans. But
can't believe that game.
They made way too many errors in that game, and they were a young team. And that is ultimately what it comes down to. So that's what you're thinking about here. And I think you address this game a little bit differently because of that. It's not often in the playoffs you're facing this, because usually it's the veterans that get you to this point of the season. So it's a little bit different than typical, Rico.
No, you're absolutely right. So this is where the veteran Josh, the 8-year coach McDermott, they've seen this before. We've been here before. We're 5-5 when it comes to the playoffs. So we're batting 500 right now. So we've seen what's worked, and we've seen what hasn't worked. So this is where we might have a slight advantage on top of that being home. So I expect these boys to be absolutely prepared, absolutely ready to take care of this team. Now, this Broncos offense, on the other hand, I mean, it's Cortland Sutton.
Yep.
Marvin Mims, the rookie Vele. I think he's a rookie. The rookie Vele, and a solid O-line with a run game that is here and there. Nothing fantastic. So the defense will have opportunity. You mean to take some things away. And I think Babbage and McDermott will put a great game plan together. And I think our talent will supersede their talent. And I think that's where we're going to gain an advantage. Now, here's my question to you. What do you need to see from OC Joe Brady? Because I feel like this is a big game for Joe Brady. Because you've got coaching on the line. There's teams that are looking. They need a head coach. Is Joe Brady a candidate? Could we use Joe Brady? Does Joe Brady get too cute trying to, impress other teams, or is he dialed in, ready to go? What do you need to see from Joe? What kind of schemes, and I wouldn't say schemes, what kind of identity does he give you this game? Is this a balanced team, or is he going to showcase it through Josh? Air it out. Let's get on this team early, right? Because they're going to try to stop us. They got old Pat Surtain, and they got some boys out there. Are we keeping it in the air? On the ground? What's he doing? Is he balanced? Talk to me.
His identity should be exactly what his identity has been. His identity should be what's gotten him into a position where his name's being thrown around as a head coach candidate. The identity has been, one, like you said, balanced, which I think has also led to what I've always felt about him, and that's the implementation of common sense. And these Buffalo Bills under Ken Dorsey were doing what felt like the opposite of common sense. It felt like common sense wasn't so common, and I think the Cleveland Browns just realized that firsthand. Joe Brady came in and started going with the hot hand, started doing what worked. It really was noticeable in the Dallas Cowboys game last year that I reference all the time. It's not often, and I go back to the Penn State game last night as a perfect example. My dad and I have been bitching about it all day today. I go back to that Cowboys game last year in the rain, and Josh Allen threw the ball 12 times? I mean, they just ran the ball down Denver's throat the entire game. They could not stop him at all, and they beat the ever-living piss out of him, killed him. All they did was run the ball. Last night, Drew Aller played one of the worst games I have ever seen a quarterback play in a big spot, the quarterback for Penn State. It was abysmal. I mean, it was downright. No. That is putting it far too lightly, Rico. He was
it wasn't great.
Atrocious. Okay. Meanwhile, you have maybe the best 1-2 punch in the country at running the football with Allen and Singleton for the Penn State Nittany Lions. And they're going against a D front with in Notre Dame that was banged up, but all year long had about a top 5 rush D. And they were dominating them in the trenches. Penn State was dominating them, running for 7 yards a clip there. But every single time it felt like, hey, let's keep with the run here, they'd mix in the dumbest throw you've seen, the dumbest play you've seen. And our conversation we had today was, if something's working, why do these coaches always feel the need to say, yeah, but we should still mix in a pass or two here and there? I never understood it. yeah, we should do this just because it feels like we have to, or just because we could, right? I never understood it. So we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. My idea behind this game is that if the run's working, I understand you're in the playoffs and you want Josh Allen to succeed. If you're running the ball incredibly well, keep pounding the rock. If the run game isn't what you've, seen it be all year long and Allen's on fire, keep tossing the rock. And Joe Brady's been really, really damn good at that, Rico. So what I want to see from Brady is essentially what we've seen from him since he's taken over, and that's evaluating the game as it comes and then doing what the Bills need to do based on how it's coming to them to succeed and win the football game. He's been exceptional at it. There's nothing I would change about Joe Brady's approach to this game that I've seen based on, going into it.
Funny enough, because I feel like James Cook's going to have one of those big games this coming Sunday. And although Josh is our guy, he's our main guy, that's our dude, and the offense runs through him. But I feel like this is going to be a massive game for James. I think James is going to be slashing, he's going to be cutting, and his smoothness and patience behind the line, I think, is going to give us a great advantage. So us getting and this is why I asked you about Brady. So what's Brady going to do? And one thing that I like about Brady is if the run's working, he's not going to pull a Ken Dorsey and go away from the run just to pass it. We will continue to run the ball until you can show us that you can stop it. And how dangerous a Bills team can be when the defense has no idea where we're going. Then we're unstoppable because now Josh is play actioning. Josh is ball faking, and he's dumping off to wide open Dawson Knox. Like, that's when our offense is the most potent, when we roll through the run game. And I hope that we are able to roll through the run game because Denver is going to try to take that away ASAP. So this is where I hope there's a way that we establish ourselves in the run. We keep that up, keep ourselves so balanced that they have no idea what's going to hit us. So I'm looking forward to it. Real King comes in and says, hey, Nick Benito, Pastor Tank, et cetera, can sleep on their defense, though. Can't sleep on their defense. Nobody's sleeping on that defense. Trust me. Nobody is. You can't. How can you?
Definitely not.
This is the 7th seed for a reason. They got here for a reason. So, but I'm confident in what these Bills can do. That's what it comes down to. Confidence in this offense at the end of the day. So, love to see it.
You want to make some picks?
You ready for that?
I was gonna see if you wanted to make do the whole slate here.
Hell yeah. What do you mean? I was gonna jump into the super chat, but let's make some picks too.
Let's make some picks and then let's get into the super chat because I'm interested to see what your thoughts are. So we'll take a look at the lines. By the way, the damn Buckeyes just took the lead. I hate these guys so much. Oh my God!
You know the Buckeyes are gonna win this game, right? You know that, right?
Of course they're gonna win the damn game. Of course they are. Just like of course Penn State.
Notre Dame is the real deal.
No, Penn State's just the opposite of the real deal. That's why they won. Ohio State's going to beat the shit out of them next week, and it's going to be a terrible watch, and I hate every second.
You think so? You don't think they're going to put up a fight?
Notre Dame? God, no. Hell no. No. I'm dying to see speaking of lines, I'm dying to see if Ohio State gets out of here alive, which I guarantee they do. I'm dying to see that line. But I bet you Notre Dame, I bet you Ohio State's a 10-point favorite, at least.
Double digits. Okay. I see it.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I'm dying to see what your thoughts are on these games because, man, I got to tell you, I'm up in the air on a couple of them. And a couple in particular, I'm really up in the air.
Are you just getting in your own head?
I think I might be. Well, head over to BetUS. Lines are over on BetUS. By the way, all the lines that we're talking about are currently up there, as you can see on your screen. You can get in on them using the promo code YouTube150. It gets you 150% sign-up bonus, up to $2,000 on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your next two after that. Rico, let's start with the 4-5 matchup, the first game of the 2024. By the way, how do you say this? I've always gotten confused by this. Is it the 2024 playoffs or the 2025 playoffs?
It's the 2024 playoffs.
That's always confused the shit out of me.
Because I went to look for the AP All-Pro players last year, and it's the 23. So they always base it on the 23. So
okay, good.
The season started in the 24 to 24 season, 24 to 25 season. So we are in the 24 season, sir.
Okay, good. Because I always thought that was the case. But then sometimes something will come up and it'll throw me off. Whatever. First game to kick us off, Rico, tomorrow afternoon. The LA Chargers, Harbaugh in his first year, brings Justin Herbert back to the playoffs for the first time since he and Brandon Staley blew that massive lead to the Jacksonville Jaguars a handful of years ago. Crazy. It's the first time they've been back, first opportunity to avenge that. Harbaugh has these boys ready. Meanwhile, the Houston Texans, great year last year, came into the year under the radar. No one expected anything. C.J. Stroud plays phenomenal. They go into the playoffs, beat the hell out of Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns. They have not played well, Rico, the last month or so. Really not even close to well. They in the Pittsburgh Steelers, same boat.
Good point.
It's a playoff team, but man, they've fallen off. So right now, Rico, Chargers on the road, of course, as the Texans won that god-awful division. The Chargers are a 3-point road favorite in this game. How do you view this game? How do you think it goes down? Ultimately, who do you think wins it in the first game of the playoffs here?
So what's the line here?
3. Chargers are a 3-point fave.
3 even. And Chargers are home, correct? Houston's home.
Yep.
Houston's home. This is tricky because I don't have any trust. I don't want Houston to win because I don't think Houston will be
A fun
if
watch.
Houston wins, we end up playing Houston. If we beat the Broncos, obviously. If that's
No. Kansas City would.
Kansas City. So here's the thing. I want somebody that's going to be a competition, and I just don't think Houston is good enough. Let's just say they squeak out a win versus the Chargers. They're going to be out the week after. I think the Chargers are a much better fit for moving on to the next round. So I'm leaning towards Herbert and the boys. But here's another reason why I'm leaning towards the boys. That run game with Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins is the real deal. Solid O-line. And Justin Herbert, I get on Justin Herbert's ass, but I saw something the other day. I don't know if you saw it. It was a clip where it showed Justin Herbert getting angry and was yelling at his receivers and yelling at the center to give me the ball, get going.
Really? I did not see that.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, so this brother does show emotion. He does get mad. So that in itself gives me more reason to just give me the Chargers. I just can't see, DeMeco Ryan and that defense doing anything. I mean, they showed up last year and it was great, but I think the Chargers having a run game is going to give them the edge. Now, this is not to sleep on the Texans. Joe Mixon's a hell of a runner. Nico Collins coming back is nice, but they just have too many unknown guys. Now, I don't know if Deontay Johnson is going to do enough because they recently signed him off the waivers. I don't know if it's enough. So give me the Chargers, man. I got to take the Chargers. I have to. It makes sense.
Love the point you made about the competition level. If Houston wins this game, just advance Kansas City to the championship round without even playing it. It's not even going to be fun. Not even going to be fun to watch.
Facts.
Like outside of the Bills, I always root for the best watch. It's the damn playoffs. I don't want to see routes. I don't want to see blowouts, especially in the divisional round. You're going to get one or two probably this weekend because this is what happens when you expand the playoffs and it's the wild card round. You don't want to see that in the divisional. If the Chargers win, you have a divisional matchup, and the Chargers always play the Chiefs close. I doubt they win, but I know that'll be a good game.
Yeah,
I know it'll be a far better game than anything Houston's going to bring to Kansas City. There's just no doubt about it in my mind. So that's a great point to make.
It's just nobody wants to see the beat up Chiefs. The beat up Houston Texans with an inconsistent C.J. Stroud this year to go up against Chris Jones and them cats. And that O-line has not been great for Houston. So,
and that's where I wanted to go. I'm glad you brought that up. That was my next point.
There you go.
Not only has it not been great, Rico, in the advanced metrics, the only offensive line that was worse this year was the Cleveland Browns. This Houston Texans team, based on the offensive line, has been horrendous. Look, C.J. Stroud has not played well this year compared to last year. And down the stretch here, it's been even worse.
Yep.
The nuance to that is I don't think he's had a prayer half the time. This offensive line has been abysmal. And when you factor in not having a couple of their top wide receivers to try and overcome the limitations of the offensive line, getting the ball out quick, getting those guys involved, I just don't know when the defense of Harbaugh shows up to this game against that offensive line where Houston finds a way to win this game. The line is 3. This is where Vegas gets in my head. I feel like it should be more. I just feel like that the Chargers are the far superior team to Houston right now. Maybe this factors in that the Chargers haven't been here really. Herbert doesn't have any experience. He's got just as much. He's played in less playoff games than CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud's going into his 3rd. This is only Herbert's second, right? So maybe that's a factor here. It's on the road. Maybe that's a factor. But Rico, I got the Chargers winning this one by at least a touchdown. I think that they're the better team. I think that right now they're coming in far more confident than Houston is. And I trust Harbaugh in this spot too, in a big spot. I mean, he cashes in these spots. I just think
you're nailing it, man. I just can't. Houston doesn't do it for me.
No,
if
me
you
either.
Tell me Houston with Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, Nico Collins. Now we're talking. Now, okay, I'm intrigued, but Nico Collins and who?
That's what I mean. I mean, Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs not being out there. The only thing I could see is Mixon. Mixon would have to have a massive day.
And Mixon is a damn good back, man. He's a damn good back. I can't believe the Bengals let him run because that boy can play. He can still play, but it's just not enough, man. It's not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not
All right,
enough.
so we're in agreement there. So Chargers move on. And like you said, I'm so glad once again you said it because I just couldn't agree more. Not only are they in it, if they set up that matchup with Ohio with the Chiefs, which I just think that of course is that's assuming obviously Baltimore gets it done, which we move on to next here.
You're going, and here's another thing too. You're going up against a pretty damn good Chargers defense.
Right.
Number one, people don't realize how good a Chargers defense is. Like in the league this year, they ranked defensively, they're number 1 points against, they're number 1 scoring defense, and they're they're number 1 scoring defense. So these boys can keep you down. Now, what was it? McDermott said it. It used to be when you can keep a team to 17, 18 points, you're a legitimate defense. You're a solid defense. But offenses have evolved so much. So if you can keep teams to 22 points, you're doing all right. So these Broncos, these Chargers keeping teams at 18 points a game, bro, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. It's just the Chargers and Texans matchup is just not a good one for the Houston Texans. And that Texans offense, just to give you a quick second here, is ranking right now. If you look at their ranks, you're looking at the 14th ranked offense, okay, with scoring 21 points a game. So I don't like it. And 21st in passing, 15th in rushing the football, 19 points for, and 14 points against. Bro, it's over with. Give me the freaking Chargers over these boys. It's not happening.
Speaking of over with, 4th down in goal for the Texas Longhorns and strip sack 82-yard touchdown for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
You're sick. Walter's like, yo, give him a minute, Rico. He's sick.
God. Whatever, man. Whatever. I couldn't agree with you more, Rico. Everything you said, I'm completely in alignment with. Those Chargers, should they win, should we be correct, those Chargers would move on to play the Chiefs unless.
I love that matchup.
Unless.
Oh, yes, unless.
The Pittsburgh Steelers pull off the upset in Baltimore. 8 p.m. tomorrow night, Rico. Division rival here. 3rd time they'll face each other this year. Obviously, we know Baltimore, one of the best teams in the league. Pittsburgh been trending downward on a 4-game losing streak going into this one. 9.5-point spread. This has been up to as high as 10, Rico. That's how much of a favorite Baltimore is going into this game. How do you see this going down? How do you view this game?
Here's the deal, man. Actually, no, you take this. How do you feel? Because I want to hear what you got to say, and then I'll jump in. Pittsburgh Ravens, divisional game yet again. This is a 3rd matchup. It didn't seem like Pittsburgh was in it the last matchup. It as much as you want to say they were,
they got doubled up on.
Yeah, they got beat down. So there's a moment for a team to come back and say, yo, that wasn't the best football we could play. We're much better than this. Let's roll. Do you see that relinquishing? Do you see the Ravens relinquishing that anytime soon? Talk to me. Your thoughts, Ravens, Steelers. Third game.
Here's how I see this one. Only one of two things can happen to me. Baltimore wins 31-13.
Oh, it's a beatdown again.
Only one of two things. 31-13, or the Steelers win 13-10. I don't think Pittsburgh covers unless they win. I think it's only two things are possible here. A massive blowout for the Ravens, or the Steelers in classic Tomlin fashion just completely muddy this one up. Just completely, it's like borderline unwatchable how gross it is. Lamar doesn't play well. The Steelers are on fire on defense. Russ doesn't turn it over. That's the only two possibilities I see here. Unfortunately, Pittsburgh has shown me their true colors the last month. They have been bad, and it's gone downhill each and every week. This offense doesn't have a pulse right now. Not only has Russell Wilson been playing worse and worse, it seems like each week, but he's also getting drops that aren't helping him out either. And I just think that when you pair that with an offense for the Ravens, that if they get the lead, which they most certainly will, do you trust this Pittsburgh offense to be in a shootout? There's just no way. So the only way that they win this is through defense and through Lamar having a bad day. And I just don't think that this is going to be that day. So I see the Ravens winning this game, and I see them covering that 9.5. Give me the Ravens, like I said, 31-13. I think they win this one going away. How about you?
All right. I like that you went that route. I do. Because you said it's going to be a super defensive matchup or it's going to be a blowout. I'm leaning towards a super defensive matchup because I was looking at the two matchups these boys had prior to the last one. And it was an 18-16 game. Close. And I anticipate that it's going to be the same way. 18-16 game. Do I like Russell Wilson? The matchup with Russell Wilson? Not great. I don't. But I think to keep things close, you gotta use the two big boys running the football in Pittsburgh. You got to make this a bruising, black and blue type of game. You have to make it that way. And does Lamar show up? That's what it comes down to. Are we going all pro Lamar coming through, or does Lamar turn into playoff Lamar? Because there's regular season Lamar and then there's playoff Lamar. I feel like he's going to get over the hump, but I'm not going to say that until I see it. Because Josh, you can say when Josh is playoff time, it ain't Josh that loses you the game. It's his defense. Lamar, on the other hand, you know what I mean? He has had some moments. Now, last year, he was much better than we anticipated. It was Zay Flowers with the ball, didn't cross the line, or I think it was a fumble. I can't remember what it was exactly. Awful way to go down. But I kind of like the route you're taking, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a lot closer. Okay. It's just going to come down to Russell Wilson. Can you make plays? Can you and Pickens come together? You and Pickens have got to come together. One target, no receptions or something stupid last game. You can't do that. You can't. So I think it's going to be closer, a lot closer. Russell Wilson, the savvy vet, Super Bowl winning quarterback, I think he makes it a lot closer. And I don't want to call it an upset. I don't think it's going to be upset. I think the Ravens take it because destiny will be fulfilled. The Bills are supposed to play the damn Ravens. So close game, but Ravens come on top just by a little. Just by a little.
So you got the Steelers covering then?
What is it? 9? Oh, yeah, they're covering. They're covering. It's going to be close.
Okay, I hope you're right. Like for entertainment's sake, I hope you're right.
9.5 is going to be close. It's disrespectful. I hope Mike Tomlin says, yo, every one of you brothers, get your Air Force Ones. Leave the white ones at home. Bring all the black ones. Ooh. We're going to Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? And we don't say Baltimore. We're going to Baltimore. We're going to Baltimore. We're going to handle business. Black Air Forces. Let's go. I think that's going to be that type of game.
My only issue with that, Rico, is I'm pretty sure he's told the team that the last 4 weeks, and they just have not. That's my problem. So? That's my problem. Yes, But man, I hope you're right. Wild card weekend, the primetime game, it's gonna really blow if we're sitting there and the Ravens are up like 24-0. Going into the third quarter, it's just gonna suck. You don't want that. So win or lose here. I hope we get a good game, but man, I don't foresee it. Unfortunately, I hope you're right.
Ravens still win. It's just gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight, not a blowout.
We moved to 1 p.m. Sunday afternoon of Wild Card Weekend in Orchard Park, New York. 31 degrees, no wind as the 2-seed Buffalo Bills host the rookie leading the 7-seed Denver Broncos to their first playoff game since 2015, Rico, where the Buffalo Bills are currently a 9.5 point favorite on BetUS. Do you want to do this one right now, or should we do the others and save it for last? I'll leave it up to you.
We'll save these for last. I mean, we're probably going to do a pregame. So do we save it for the pregame, or do we do it this show?
We can save it.
Oh, no, you're going to be gone. I totally forgot. You're going to be at the game.
I can give you mine, and then you can save yours. How about that?
All right. Bet.
Okay. I've been waffling on this one all week. I think 9.5 is a little, it's fat, man. 9.5's fat. That's a lot of points. When you think about the game, 9.5's a lot. But I can give you a perfect example of where times it isn't.
Talk to me.
This Ohio State game is a perfect example. Okay. Ohio State is a 6-point favorite in this game. It was 14-14 going into the fourth quarter. Ohio State goes up 21-14. Texas is on the 1-yard line down 21-14. Strip sack fumble. Ohio State is now up 28-14. A game that Texas could have easily won. They are now about to lose by 14. And this is kind of where my mind is at exactly with this game and this spread. I don't think the Bills are going to destroy Denver from the initial kick until the clock strikes 0. But I think as the game progresses, Josh Allen and the veteran leadership of this Buffalo Bills team pulls away to where I do think it ends up getting into that double-digit territory, but it's not going to feel as though it was a double-digit
I totally know what you're saying.
Full duration, right?
I totally know what you're saying.
Yes. I think that this game at half, I could see this game at half being like Bills 17-10 type of game. And I think once we get into the second half, I think that's where it starts to separate. I think the Buffalo Bills get it done in the wild card round on Sunday afternoon. 28-17 is my final. I think they cover that spread just narrowly enough to where it's going to seem, if you didn't watch the game, like the Bills handled them. But I would argue for maybe half the game, you're going to think that the Bills, or for the half the game, you're going to know that the Bills weren't necessarily dominant throughout the entire duration. What is your thoughts on that type of analysis?
I love it. I know exactly what you mean by it's not going to feel like a blow up, but by the time it's the F for final is there and it's 000, it's going to seem like, yo, did the Broncos even show up? Like, what the heck was that? But it was a lot closer than you anticipate. So yeah. I'm actually going to give you my analysis because
all right, let's do it.
My analysis may change come Sunday morning. I might be like, you know what? I was feeling good, but maybe not. So here's how I'm feeling. Bills win this one, and it's going to be, I think like I said earlier, I'm going to stand on my business when I say it. The Bills have chips on their shoulder. They do. Like they I don't want to say, I'm not going to speak on them, but if I'm a Buffalo Bill, and I'm looking at all the talent in this room and how much I love these guys, and I'm a family-oriented guy, and I see what's going on, and I know this guy busted his tail, and the league didn't recognize him. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to take it out on the Broncos. We're going to have to take it out on the Broncos. I don't give a damn if he's a quarterback that's been there 6 months or he's been there 16 years. We got to make him look like ass. And especially when you come into our house, and we're 8-0 at home. We're 8-0 at home. So we're not about to let this blunder come in and he mess up our record. Not only that, Joe Brady is 11-0 when he's calling games when he's at home. So this has Buffalo written all over it. And although you say it's going to not be a blowout, but it is, no, it's going to be a blowout. It's going to be one of those things where the Bills get up on top early. And it may seem like the game was close because we allow Bo Nix to throw for 300 yards. But we're going to be all over this. Christian Benford is pissed off. So Cortland Sutton, it's not going to be much work for you, my guy. Benford's going to be on your ass. So it's going to be a dominant Bills win. Score-wise, I think we keep the trend up. We're scoring 32 points a game. I think we get up to 30.
Okay.
30 points and Broncos 24. 30, 31, 32, 24. I say 32, 24.
I'll tell you what, though. You think Denver's going to get to 24?
I think they will because they're just going to be playing catch up. They're going to have a couple breaks here and there, a couple touchdowns here, maybe a run there. I mean, yeah, I say 24. 24. 32-24 Bills.
32-24?
32-24. I don't know how we get there, but we're going to get there.
You got Denver covering.
30. So what, is it 9.5?
9.5.
They're covering only because we're now.
Well, you got a backdoor cover. You got a backdoor situation.
Yeah, they just garbage TD, garbage here and there. That's how they get it. So they do cover.
See, that's the worst part about gambling is that you're covering all game. It feels like it's
the
kind
playoffs. What'd you expect?
Well, this is how it's like in hockey. It's the worst thing or the best thing, depending on which side you're on, right?
Yeah.
If you're on the +1.5, the empty netter is the worst thing on the planet.
It's the worst.
You're covering all game, and then you hit the empty netter, and they win by 2. But if you have the -1.5 and you nail the empty netter, then you're on top of the planet. The football equivalent of that is garbage time, right? Where you're just playing prevent at the end, letting them go down the field, and then they score. And as Kevin's saying, yep, that's gambling for you. That's why I'm so damn bad at it. So I like your thoughts, though. I'm interested to see, to me, when this spread first came out, I was kind of shocked at how big it was.
It was high. That's high, man.
And here's the thing, Rico. It hasn't moved. Like, it has been at this number. Usually when big numbers come in like this, a lot of money comes in on the underdog, and they start to move the number down. That really hasn't happened. It seems like the consensus here is the money is actually coming on Buffalo. So it's interesting. All right, so that's the AFC out of the way, Rico. And thus far, we have picked to advance the LA Chargers, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Buffalo Bills. You and I are in a complete agreement on the AFC in the wild card round. Let's transition to the NFC. This one is interesting for a variety of factors. 4:30 Eastern. Green Bay heading to the 2 seed Philadelphia Eagles. I got to tell you, the NFC is crazy in the idea that the Bills are the 2 seed and they draw a rookie-led Denver Broncos team that makes the playoffs for the first time in nearly a decade. The Eagles are the 2 seed and they land the Green Bay Packers, who have had a pretty great season here. Here's the thing. You have Jalen Hurts coming in, not playing for multiple weeks here, not really practicing for multiple weeks here with a concussion. You have Green Bay, where Jordan Love's banged up, and I think he's a little bit more banged up than people think. I mean, he really hasn't. The practice this week, he missed a day of practice, and I don't think you're doing that out of precautionary reasons if you're going into the playoffs against maybe the best team in football, the Philadelphia Eagles, right? And then you also lose your deep threat Christian Watson. It's a massive loss. So right now, the Green Bay Packers, Rico, they're a 5-point dog against Philly. This was as low as 3.5 at one point. It's up to 5. It's in Philadelphia. They have been playing arguably the best football in the league throughout the course of the season here. Green Bay has struggled tremendously this year against quality opponents. Do you think they do so again on Sunday afternoon, or are you seeing an early exit for the 2 seed Philadelphia Eagles?
Heck no, I'm not seeing no exit. The Eagles are the real deal. They are the real deal. They got the run game. I don't care that Jalen Hurts has been off with the last couple of weeks. He's back to it. He knows what's at stake. The Eagles defensively are damn good. And love Green Bay, but yo, you lost Christian Watson. You have a banged up Jordan Love with his hand. Something happened to his hand last game. Yo, you're coming into this game banged up at key positions against a strong unit. I don't even think this is close. I think this is an Eagles absolute beatdown. for these Green Bay Packers. And I like Green Bay. I love Jacobs. I love Jordan Love. I love what LaFleur is doing out there. Defense is legit. McKinnon playing good ball. I just think this Eagles team is legit. They're a damn good squad. And I'd be shocked if Green Bay comes out on top. So give me the Eagles. I don't have a score prediction. I think they cover. It's what, 3? It's 5?
It's 5.
It's 5. I think they cover by 5. So Green Bay, awesome. Had you guys been healthy, it would have been a great matchup. But I don't like you guys coming in banged up like this. So give me Philly over Green Bay.
What was the final score you gave again?
No, I didn't give a score. I just said they cover.
So that indicates
I need to give a score.
No. You don't have to give me a score. It's just I wanted to get your gauge in terms of the closeness, and that's close. I think within 5, that's close.
Yeah, they're going to be beyond 5. So I think it's like what, a 7 to 10 point. I think they cover. They cover with not with ease, but comfortable cover.
I'm sorry. I thought you said Green Bay was going to cover. Okay, you think Philly? I'm in agreement with you then. I'm sorry. I was confused on that for a second.
No. Green Bay is not covering. I think they're not slated to do any damage against Philly. Philly's got this one.
Agree with you.
Comfortable lead.
Couple reasons here. I don't think Jordan Love's played very well this year at all. I don't think so. I don't think Jordan Love has taken that next step this year like we thought he might last year. I mean, Jordan Love was great in the playoffs last year. I was anticipating Jordan Love coming into this game and thinking that he was going to take a next step this year to where we're talking about Jordan Love in a really high fashion at the end of the year here. I don't think we're doing that right now, Rico. This team has been tremendous on the ground. They have a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense, and I don't necessarily know if Jordan Love has been the reason for the fact that offense has been as good as it has. I think Aaron Jones has been terrific. And
Jacobs.
Of course, I forget the spot there. Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs, yeah.
He's been tremendous for them, and they've pounded the rock with him, Rico. I do think in this game, if I am Green Bay, that's my approach. I'm running it with Josh Jacobs a ton in this game because we know Philly's D is real good.
Yeah,
I know their secondary is real good, and you're also without Christian Watson here, and Jordan Love's banged up. So I just think that for a multitude of reasons, you're going to want to run the ball in this one. But of course, so is Philly, and we know that Philly's going to be able to run it. I don't care who they're playing. They're going to be able to run the football. It's in Philly. It's one of the toughest places to play. And I just view Philly as maybe the most complete team in football, Rico. I view the Packers to be a slightly fraudulent, not all the way fraudulent, but when they play top-tier teams, they just don't seem to have that little bit more to overcome it every single time this year, Rico. I mean, every time that they've had an opportunity, it feels like they have lost these type of games. And I think it happens again on Sunday. I got Philly winning. I got them covering the 5 just like you do. I think Philly takes this one 33-23. And I just think it's because I don't see Green Bay having that one additional play in them or that one additional stop in them against this type of team that Philly has. I just don't see it.
Okay. Does this change your mind a little bit? The Green Bay is a decent team. Listen.
No, I'm not discounting them at all. I think against great teams, Rico, they're just not at that billing.
Hear me out. They got a number 6 rush. They got a number 6 scoring defense, allowing 20 points a game. Points for, they're scoring 28 points a game, 27 points a game. Yeah. That's a top 10 offense. And in rushing the football, they're 5th, 146 yards a game. So I'm not underestimating them because obviously those injuries do hurt. But man, they could make this a close game, but I think I'm going to stick to it. I just want to see where they ranked, and they're not having a bad year, man. Not a bad year whatsoever.
They're not having a bad year by any means. But what if I told you, though?
Surprise!
They lost both matchups against Minnesota. They lost both matchups against Detroit. They lost to this Philly team back in week 1, and that's my whole point. Right. Like I had told you earlier, it's borderline top 5 on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball. Philly all day. 4 games, Rico, against their division that was incredible this season, and they lost all 4 of them. You might catch me feeling a little different if they had even just won one of them.
You're right.
That's where you're losing me here. Or that's where they're losing me here. Is that I think that they're good enough to compete. but I just don't think they're good enough to match the level. As you know, Rico, like Green Bay is, it's kind of like my Nittany Lions. That's why they'll never be back here. They're right here, and everybody else, and the Lions, the Bills, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Eagles, they're right here. The difference between there and there, it might not seem like a lot.
Yep.
It's a ton. And I know Real King's saying they're close. The reason why I think Philly covers here, the difference in the closeness now, to me, the loss of Watson and Jordan Love's injury. I think it's
Those are huge, man. And not only that, Philly, number 2 defense, scoring defense. Philly, number 7 scoring offense.
Mm-hmm.
Philly, number 2 rushing offense. Bro, it's going to be play defense, run the ball. So, yeah, give me
I think
Philly.
this has a potential to be a really great game, though. If Jordan Love is able to play well, this could be a very, very good football game.
You might see playoff Jordan Love. Playoff Jordan Love.
And the other thing, too, here that's interesting, Rico, because you have Hurts that's coming off a concussion. It could be interesting. Neither of these quarterbacks could be a factor. I mean, it could literally be Josh Jacobs versus Saquon Barkley and who ends up making the bigger play. I mean, that really could be.
It's gonna be something. I think you might be right. I think this is gonna be one of those games where you're like, this is better than I anticipated. This is a close ass game. Watch out.
All I'm hoping for this weekend, Rico, is I'm hoping for 5 great games and the Bills to win 38-0. That's what I'm hoping for.
Love it. Absolutely, Rico. I love that one. Let's go to Washington, man.
Yes, Rico. This is the game I have struggled with. These next 2 games are the ones I have struggled with the most. I have no idea. I keep changing my mind on these games every day. You got Washington going into Tampa, the same situation that Denver is in going into Buffalo, where you're a rookie quarterback leading a team that hasn't had success in the last decade into a spot against the team that has been in the playoffs multiple years here. Division champion multiple years here, right? You got Baker Mayfield playing probably the best football of his career. Here's where you're losing me on this, or here's where they're losing me on this game in terms of like really digging my toes in on being on one side. Tampa Bay might be the most bipolar team in the league. One week, Rico, they're beating the Chargers 40-17. The next week, they're losing to Cooper Rush. I have no idea what version of Tampa I'm going to get. And then with Washington, it's just, it's the age-old, I got a rookie quarterback going into his first spot here. But, man, Jaden Daniels has been real good in some huge spots this year. In big moments, just the other day against Atlanta. Leads them all the way down the field for that game-winning touchdown drive. Against the Bengals, did the same thing. The Hail Mary against Chicago. So it's part of me's like, man, the rookie factor could be a play here, but he's also overcome that a lot this year. Washington's a 3-point dog here, Rico. I'll let you go first because I'm not 100% on how I feel about this one.
Okay, here's the deal. I like Tampa. I really like Tampa. I think Tampa.
They're a fun team to watch, aren't they?
They are a fun team to watch. They're an underrated team, and their defense is middle of the pack. But when they're on, they're on. And I feel like Baker Mayfield does not get the respect that he actually deserves. Like they when they talk about Baker, it's like you're still talking about Cleveland Baker, but like he's done good things with Tampa.
I agree.
So when is that chatter going to transition to Tampa Baker rather than Cleveland Baker? But that's the whole nother ball game. So I like what Baker's doing. He's got that offense scoring almost 29 points a game. Dude, they're a number 4 scoring offense. They can score.
No doubt.
Mike Evans is playing lights out. They got a big time back in Rashad White, and I think was it Bucky Irving running really well. And defensively, they're not a bad defense. Those boys can absolutely play. So I like what Tampa is doing, and they're well coached. Then you go over to Philly. Jaden Daniels is a real deal. Jaden Daniels is that dude. He can play. But he's been willing his team back at the end. When you have a Tampa team that can get after it and put up 30 points a game, bro, I think I'm leaning towards the Bucs, the savvy vet in Baker Mayfield to take on the Washington Commanders. And it's a good story. It's a great story. Dan Quinn's got these boys coached up, all that great stuff. But I just don't. it's going to be a battle because these boys are both two good scoring offenses. But I think I'm going to give the savvy vet Baker Mayfield that edge. So what is it? The spread is what, 3?
Yep.
Tampa covers. Tampa is they're winning by over 3. But I like Jaden. I have a hard time picking against Jaden, but I like what Baker's done this year. Give that man his respect. He's doing it. Baker and the Bucks over Washington Commanders. What say you?
Well, for starters, Rico, I wish I was as good at betting the games as I was predicting what the line is going to be to bet on the games. What did I say earlier that Ohio State was going to be favored by against Notre Dame?
You're kidding me. Don't tell me.
What did I say? What was the number?
Did you say 10? It was like something like you said double digits. It's definitely going to be double digits.
I said 10. It's 9.5. Wow. Yeah. So that's what you can expect next week, folks, for the big natty champs.
You
the
got
big
it.
natty championships. God, I'm so damn bitter about this bullshit. I'm so pissed off right now.
Listen, let me tell you something. People have been talking about your ass, and they're saying for the teams that you root for, they feel sorry for you. You're like Drake.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw Walt's comment.
Drake,
I saw
something, and it goes opposite.
Yep. I saw Walt's comment. You want to know why I didn't address it? Because he's 100% right. He's not telling me anything I don't know.
Right.
Here's the thing. Here's what I should do. I should bet against the Bills this whole.
They've been saying it in the chat all night.
Because if I bet against I should start doing this. If I bet, I should bet I should go into debt over it. I should bet more money that I could afford to lose. So that way, when the Bills inevitably break my heart, at least I can cash in on it. And if they don't break my heart, then the Bills win the Super Bowl and I'm just in debt and whatever. I'll figure it out.
You'll figure it out. Listen, that 9.5, that's not bad. That's not bad for the Buckeyes to win the whole thing. And we'll see how that all shakes out. But
here's what'll happen. I will bet. I will. So here's what exactly will happen. I hate Ohio State, but I'll bet on them. And then anytime I bet on a team that I hate, Rico, they will lose. Yes. Of course. The story of my life. I mean, Rico, it's just, this is the way it is for me. Everything.
Hold on. So what happened? Why did Quinn Ewers start over Manning?
Well, because he had the job initially. Quinn Ewers was really great last year. Great.
You don't take the hot hand out.
Right. That was essentially the argument. He's been great.
They just pulled a Rob Johnson, man.
So here, I mean, Manning, I'm looking forward to watching Archie. I am.
Oh. Archie is that boy can run. He can throw the football. He is nothing like his uncles, bro. That boy, he nice like that.
No, I know. I'm looking forward to watching him because how could you? It's like the Bronny James situation, but with a legitimate chance to pan out. But the problem is, I don't know how you can ever meet those expectations. I just don't know how it's possible. I mean, think about Rico. You got your grandfather and your two uncles. If you think football, it's going to take you all of a minute to then get to the Manning family. You know what I mean? How crazy is that? And that's kind of what
impressive.
It's crazy.
It's impressive.
I was just going to say, before Archie Manning gets inevitably drafted by the Patriots and they go on another 20-year dynasty or some bullshit, let's talk about the current state of the NFL. Commanders 3-point dogs. Rico, this is our first disagreement.
Oh,
I do not have total confidence in the Tampa Bay Bucks' ability to not come out and play a stinker. Like I said earlier, they are the most bipolar team in the league to me. I watched them last week against Desmond Ridder almost blow this division. They were a 14-point favorite last week to just go in and roll a Saints team that had nothing to play for. They already had they were going to the tarmac after that game to hop on the plane and head to Punta Cana. And that game came down to the last couple minutes of the football game. And it made no sense to me. This is another one of those games, Rico, where I see only two possible things, really. I see Tampa Bay's offense coming out and absolutely rolling, scoring 35 points, and beating the Commanders by double digits. Or I see the Commanders winning a tight game. I don't see the Commanders losing a narrow game here. I just don't see that. I think it only goes one of two ways.
Interesting. Jaden Daniels is the real deal.
He is. Jaden Daniels is the real deal. And I would think a little differently about the rookie situation if I didn't watch him multiple times this year step up in massive spots. I mean, he truly was incredible this year. He really was. Man, he is going to be fun to watch moving forward here. So is Bo Nix. It's crazy. Out of all these guys, the least fun to watch and the least high hopes I have for is Caleb Williams. And it's got a lot to do with the fact that the Chicago Bears are the NFC version of the New York Jets. But these guys are fun to watch, man. And I think this game in particular, Rico, there's a reason why the over-under is 50. I think that this game is going to be fun to watch. I think there's going to be a lot of offense in this one.
So good. It's going to be some good football this weekend, man. It's a great football.
I think Jaden Daniels, I think the juice is going to continue to get squeezed here in the playoffs. I got the Commanders winning outright in this game.
Oh, wow.
In Tampa Bay on Sunday night to move on to the divisional round.
I like it. So that's our first disagreement. I like it. I'm a big fan of this. Okay.
Yes.
This is good. All right. So let's hold on. So, and they're covering the 3, like just covering, or it's a crushing. It's like they own the Bucks. It's over with. Like,
no. Okay. So score prediction. Well, the 3 won't matter because they win outright. They're a 3-point dog, the Commanders. So if they win outright, they obviously cover.
I want to know if it's a close one, or do you feel like it's gonna be like a?
Yeah, if they win, I think it'll be close. I got the Commanders winning this one, 33-28.
My man Walter says, if we're being completely objective, if you were to choose the MVP on the merits of last year, Mahomes most closely fits the narrative. Best record, 5-1 against the AFC playoff field. Oh, okay. I think Walter's chatting with folks in the chat. So let's keep it rolling. Last but not least, we got the Monday Nighter.
The Monday Nighter, Rico.
Rams.
This one, man, I'm in this right here where I know
where I'm going with this one. What about you?
So you do know the game was moved to Arizona because of the fires in California,
yes,
right?
It is. We're on a neutral site. Neutral site
in Arizona.
By the way, before we even get into that, for those that were affected or know people that are affected, I have one of my friends that was in my one of my best men actually in my wedding is living in LA right now. Remember my friend that told you that got married to Eddie Murphy's daughter?
Yeah.
So he's in LA. I gave him a shout the other day. He's like, nah, we got evacuated, but we're all right. They're just waiting for us to get back. So he must be quite away from where those things is. But that fire is devastating. Man, I can't imagine everyone just losing everything. Like literally everything. So anybody that knows anybody out there, yo, listen, shout out to you guys, prayers out to you guys. Hopefully things work out. You got family, friends that you can go see and stay with. But man, I heard it's crazy. And we only hear it. To be down there must be something else. But game moved to Arizona. Talk to me.
Yeah, well, to your point, though, I completely agree. And based on the videos I've seen, man, I've never seen anything quite like it. Man, crazy. I just, holy hell. I've been thinking about people out there, man. Because some of these videos, I couldn't imagine being in the spot. There's a video of a guy and his dog in the house, and he's got a ton of windows. He's got a really window-heavy house. And he just pans around, and the whole exterior, like his whole property outside of the house, there's just flames ripping everywhere.
Oh, buddy.
Like imagine looking out your window and all you see, I couldn't. Rough. It's unbelievable. Yeah, so obviously the game gets moved here. This has affected the line, by the way. This game was a pick'em before this game moved. Now that it's at a neutral site, the home field advantage, which I don't think really exists for the Rams anyways, has been null and voided. And the Vikings are now a 2-point favorite. Do you have any? You said you seem like you had a real definitive thought on this. What was it?
I've said it from weeks ago. I said the most dangerous team going into the NFC are the Rams, and I think the Rams will upset the Vikings. I got a big upset come. This is my upset of the week. Rams upset the Vikings. I just think that this team, they're a scary team, man. They're a scary team. And what I saw from Sam Darnold last week did not turn me on whatsoever. Sam Darnold looked like Jet Sam Darnold. Didn't like it. And you got 4 to 5 opportunities to score on the Lions, and nah, bro. No. Give me the Rams. Stafford, poised. McVay, ready to go. The 2 best receivers in the game right now, or one of the 2 best receivers in the game, the best duo in the game, healthy. Rams. Give me the Rams. Cover. Done. What are you? And I'm making it very simple, but I just think that I think this is the upset right here.
I've struggled with this one. I really have. I cannot get the taste out of my mouth of what I saw from Sam Darnold last week, like you just mentioned. It was so bad. I mean, he was so bad. Kevin O'Connell was so bad. The play calling was terrible. Darnold was terrible. He went 18 for 41 in that game, Rico. I mean, he was awful. And that's against a Detroit defense that has been really struggling since their injuries. I know they got Anzalone back, and he looked great.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, Rico, if Detroit is able to get pressure on teams like they were against Minnesota the other day, good luck beating them. I mean, that was of course the biggest problem for them going into the playoffs here was the defense going to be able to step up with the injuries. And if they can do that, man, they're golden. But yeah. I'm torn on this. There's part of me that's thinking, is that just a fluke? Because, Rico, they had only lost 3 games, and that was one of them. And I think they were on a 9-game win streak or so prior to that. So are they going to really lose 2 in a row here? But like you said, something about this Rams team, dangerous, right? They were down and out, and they overcame it. They've been playing playoff football for like a month.
Yeah,
and they were able to do it. And that Bills game was huge, and they were able to do it there. But I'll tell you this, post-Bills game, they have been able to do nothing offensively. They've had nothing.
It's true.
They've had nothing.
It's true. But now we're in the playoffs.
I know.
And you got playoff Stafford. You got Cooper Kupp. These boys are Higbee's back. McVay's on one. Listen, I kind of like what I see here. Jared Verse and Braden Fisk, excuse me.
Yeah.
Oh, solid. Yep. Solid boys, man. So this is my upset. I mean, the upset, most folks are like, it's an upset for a reason. Not supposed to happen, but it's going to.
It looks like you and I are only going to disagree.
Pick the upset. Pick it.
You and I are only going to disagree on one game, Rico. I have got the LA Rams winning this game. I do think it's going to be tight. But what you just said, really, I can't get over it. You got Darnold versus Stafford. And as great of a year as Darnold had, man, I'm sorry. Anyone who's going to be willing to pay him $40 to $60 million, you had one good year and a bunch of really mediocre to bad years. And I just think that the cream always rises to the top and the true colors always show themselves in the end. And we saw this Vikings team in a massive playoff environment this past weekend against a division rival, and they absolutely shit themselves. I just think that this is a moment that Stafford has proven that he's capable of taking advantage of. McVay is capable of taking advantage of. Give me the Rams in this game to move on as well, Rico. I'm in agreement with you. I'm shocked we only disagreed on one, but I think that that's kind of what the slate is here. I just think
man. That's what the slate is in. But every lot, like you said it best, man. You're excited to watch every one of these games.
Oh yeah.
Not one game is one of those. Here we go. I think the only one might be the Chargers Texans, and the Texans better not pull an upset because I'll be pissed. I'll be so mad.
Texans win, it throws a wrench into division.
I hope they don't. I hope they don't. I really don't.
All right. Wow. All the picks are in, man. That was great. I'm glad we did that because this is the time of year where you're locked in. You're watching every single second, obviously. And I hope we get a good weekend. So if you want to get in on the picks with Rico, if you agree with us, disagree with us, whatever, do so on BetUS. YouTube 150, the promo code. Get you 150% sign-up bonus up to $2,000 on your first deposit. 125% bonus on your next 2 after that. Rico, it is super chat time, and I think you had one from up
there. I hope you guys hung around for the super chats and don't come for us. Oh, by the way, speaking of don't come for us, it seems that we made up. Me and Mafia Talks, we made up. He came on the chatted. He super chatted. He came on the show, made a couple comments. We came in, chatted a little bit live on the show right here, and I was like, "Yo, man, no hard feelings, baby. We just move on." And we keep.
He actually came on your show.
No, he didn't come up, but he was in the chat. He was in the chat.
I missed. Oh, that's good to hear. I love
that. So no water under the bridge. Water under the bridge is what they say. What's Richie Fresh saying, man? Richie Fresh.
My man Richie's got to be so pumped up right now. I know he is. I know we got a super chat from him earlier where he said he's ready to run through a wall. He always is. But Richie right now is saying this whole all-pro MVP crap is literal hate and insane. It's fine, though. All this does, in my opinion, is stoke that fire more for Allen and co. You know they look. I think it's kind of like back to what we were saying earlier. Like the silver lining in the snubs here is that if I'm McDermott, I'm using that to the advantage here. I'm using that to my advantage here where I'm saying, man, no matter what you guys do, they do not believe in you. Go give them a reason to believe in you.
I like it. I'm
You know what I mean?
I'm with it. I got J.R. Richardson. What up, J.R.? 56 months in the books, almost 5 years.
Hell yeah,
being a
come
member.
on.
That's love, man.
Hit
J.R. has been
that bell,
rocking with us
hit that
for a
bell
long
for
time.
Jay Rich right now.
That's what I'm talking about. J.R. comes in and says, what's up, fellas? I'm ready for this.
J.R. Sean
J.R.
Kingston.
Remember
What's up,
fellas? I'm ready for this game. Josh Allen will be extra motivated. The Broncos don't know what they got coming. Bills win big, 34-21.
I'm loving
I kind of like that score. I like it. I like it a lot.
Love to see the Bills put up 34 on that D, man. That would have me really feeling good. That would have me feeling, in John Gruden's words, that would have me feeling nicey.
The nicey. J Money with a super chat. We appreciate you, J Money. Love that. It says, yo, Rico Z. I'm 5 old fashions in, and I feel good. Go Bills, baby. P.S. I'm nervous as hell. Man, listen, man. Listen, brother. We all feel some type of way, J Money. We certainly do. We certainly do, brother. But listen, man. Once Josh, I'm still kind of, Z-Bot kind of gave me, reason to like, maybe we should just take the ball and score quick and just put the pressure all on the rookie quarterback. But then I'm also like, nah, man, get that rookie quarterback to feel the noise and feel what it's like to be in the playoffs and just not know what to do and panic. And then we just pounce on his ass. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm indifferent. I like both. I like both angles. But J Money, we all nervous, man, until the first score happens, first hit, and now it's ready to go. We'll be on the edge of our seats. So
I'm J Money, 5 old fashions deep. I'm guessing he passed his CDL exam the other day that he had. I'm guessing.
Oh, was it J Money that had the CDL?
I think it was. I think it was. I mean, I can't imagine he's out not celebrating. I can't imagine he'd be celebrating if he didn't. We hope he did, J Money. And we appreciate it, bro. We really appreciate it.
Good memory, Z-Bot. Good memory.
I hope I think it was him.
JR comes back with a comment. Actually, he comes in and says, "Hey, man, it's not true." He's saying Peyton Manning was the second. He was second All Pro when he won it, and Drew Brees was the first team All Pro that year. So Drew Brees first team All Pro, Peyton Manning second team All Pro, but second team All Pro, Peyton Manning won the MVP. I'll have to look that up.
I get JR's point, but it has been since 2013 when Manning won the MVP. 2013 on, every first-team All-Pro quarterback has been the MVP of the NFL. So we're going on over a decade here.
There you go. It's been a while. Been a while. Yeah. Let's go to the next super chat here. We got 444 Block. What up, bro? He goes, more MVPs than playoff wins. Good for Lamar. Yo, that's cold, but it's true. He does. He may fall for more MVPs than playoff wins. How crazy is that?
It's not going to happen, but how insane would it be if they lost to Pittsburgh tomorrow and then he wins the MVP in a month? I mean, it would be crazy.
Bro, analysts would be all over the place. Like, yo, this your MVP? Is this your MVP? Zach would be like, signified knows.
What's my man saying?
Can we not talk about Lamar? I think he's sick of it.
He's had it.
I've never hated a player in sports more than I hate him and have to listen to the meat riding. Golly, get off us, man. Meat riding the media does all day. It truly makes me sad. BF is an escape from that. So you say, man, I come to you guys to not talk about Lamar. Why y'all got to bring Lamar into this? Well, listen, folks. Lamar's battling for the MVP with our guy, Josh. We gotta, raise up our guy, Josh. But sometimes you got to give credit to where credit is due. And he's had a phenomenal season. It's probably his career year. So you want to get recognized for it. But I still think Josh gets the MVP. I don't care that he's got the All-Pro. I think Josh runs away with the MVP, and we go ahead and handle business. But if he doesn't, I don't think Josh gives a damn. He just wants to be able to win that damn Super Bowl. Because at the end of the day, that's what they're measured on, right? NBA players talk about it all the time. Yo, how many championships you got? You got 2? Not good enough. Jordan's got 6. You know what I mean? Kobe's got 5. Shaq's got 4. Exactly. I mean, everybody's all over the place with that stuff. So MVPs mean something. Super Bowls mean something. Get into the conversation. Yo, how many Super Bowls you got? Oh, I got 7. How many you got? I got 4. I mean, so it's like you need to get it. You need to get it. You need that in the case. You may have nothing else, but if you got a Super Bowl, I'll tell you right now, Trent Dilfer, yeah, he got nothing in his trophy case, but he got a Super Bowl. He got a Super Bowl, and he can look back and be like, yeah, that was a good year. That was a good year. That defense was cooking. So you got to get that hardware. What do you say on Signified? Are you sick and tired of this Lamar chat?
I'm sick and tired of this entire MVP chat. I've had it. It's incredible. And you got guys like Mike Fitz in the chat here who, they just hate Josh Allen. Like he's saying number 1 Lamar, number 2 Saquon Barkley. Like this is the whole thing I hate about it. It's completely off the rails. There's no rhyme or reason to the award. It's getting to the point now where it means nothing. You got the FS1 squad voting on this award, right? I mean, come on. This is what it's come down to anymore. There's no justification behind it. It's completely narrative driven based on popularity. It feels like I don't know what the award means. I don't think anybody knows what it means. No one knows how you win it, how you lose it. Last year, you can win it with 24 touchdowns. You can win it with 41 touchdowns. You can win it with 55 touchdowns if you're Peyton Manning. I've had enough of it. I truly have. And I stand by what I said. I stand by what I've said this entire time. I don't.
My man bot is tired. He's tired. He's not even tired. He's tired. He's tired, man. All right, let's go. Richie Fresh says, players say players that say they don't listen to the outside noise, but they see it. And this will soon say, man, I can't even read. And let me read this shit all over again because I'm all over the place. Hold on. Players say they don't listen to outside noise, but they see this and will soon say, hold my beer, right, Rico? It'll be a nice FU to others. I mean, I'm sure there's a whole lot of players that have burner accounts, scrolling through, commenting probably. You know what I mean? Who I think was the NBA player. I can't stand him. What's his name? Durant. Durant got exposed. You know what I mean? So I think a whole bunch. I think Josh is all up in these chats, but I think he's too busy for it. But I'm sure he has a burner somewhere in there. But for the most part, I think these players see it. And if they don't see it, they have friends talking about it. They got mom and dad calling and say, hey, did you hear what they said? Did you do this? So, how could you avoid it? You can't avoid it. So if you deliberately put your phone on Do Not Disturb because I'm in straight playoff mode, I ain't listen to nothing, kudos to you. But these players hear it all. They hear it all. How they react to it is a whole different ballgame. So, unless you have mentally found the ability to travel back in time to 1990, you cannot avoid the narrative. It's impossible. Unless you do not own a cell phone, unless you do not have a internet connection in your home, you're not ignoring this. You just nailed it on the head. It's all about how you address it. That's why I can't stand guys like Micah Parsons who have a podcast immediately when the game's over, because that's just adding more. It's adding more logs to the fire in a current state of sports media now that's just completely all over the place because of the internet and the fact that, modern sports journalism as we know it is completely dead. All of these shows now are just people sitting around arguing with each other. That's all it is. I mean, it used to be growing up, man, it was awesome. And I understand the internet changed all of that because when you would turn on ESPN, that's where you'd get your scores and stuff. And now every single thing that's happened with Twitter and whatnot. It had to evolve. But I think what it's evolved into is unfortunately not that great. And it's true. There's no way you can ignore it. It's just so loud now. There's a lot of it.
Loud.
So I still enjoy it, but I totally understand how most folks are like, yo, we missed the old ESPN where they used to play highlights, and ain't nobody trying to do all that. That's why
it's not that I miss Rico. It's not that I miss that, but I also don't need I don't need people yelling at me all day long with stuff that it just doesn't seem to make sense.
I hear you. Especially some personalities, they get to you. They get to you. What's Mr. Osgood saying?
By the way, are you saying I'm like get off my lawn guy at 27 years old here already?
Yeah, you definitely are saying get off my lawn. I don't want to hear you guys argue about that. I just want my highlights. Just talk about the game, give me the statistics, and let me get on my way. That's you. I mean, and there's a lot of people that are like that because there's so many of them. So now it's just like, yo, they're talking about the same. If I go to Speak for Yourself, I think it's I'm dating my FS1's First Things First, Lamar conversation. First Take, Lamar conversation. Speak, Lamar. The Facility, Lamar. They're all talking about it. It's just what it is.
That's the thing. There's some things I think you can ignore, but stuff like this, there's just no way.
Nah, can't avoid it. What's Jay Osgood saying?
Jay Osgood, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Brett Favre, Jim Brown, and Johnny Unitas. I know where he's going already. Those are the guys with 3 MVPs. There it is. Only Peyton Manning has more. And now Lamar has reached the pinnacle, ? 2-4 in playoffs, 6 TDs, 6 interceptions. Once again, I have never once denounced the player that Lamar Jackson is. He's one of the best players I've ever seen.
Yep.
The number in which he will have in the trophy case this year, to me, is not indicative of what has been reflected by the quarterback play in this era. If they all hung it up right now, he'd have 3 more than Allen. He'd have 3 more than Burrow. He'd have 1 more than Mahomes. He's been absolutely incredible. And I think at the end of the day, you're going to look at the list, and like guys like him will be on the list with Rodgers, Brady, Favre. I think that's fair. But this early in his career, based
did he
on
deserve the first one?
And this is what it all comes down to. It all comes down to last year to me, Rico. That's what it all comes down to me.
But did he deserve his first MVP?
Yeah, the way he was running the ball that year, no doubt.
He was on it. He was on the money. I think it was legit. I think it was deserving of the MVP.
Yep.
Last year, definitely questionable. If Josh didn't have the year he was having, would he be the runner-up? Would he be the next guy?
When?
This year.
I mean, yeah, no doubt.
No question about it. So, and then you start looking at, okay, 3 damn MVPs. That's insane. That's crazy. But if he had last year, I can unequivocally say, hell no, he wasn't no damn MVP. Hell no. This year, he's neck and neck with Allen. He's neck and neck, and it becomes subjective, like what you feel is important. And I bring this up because the voters ought to be ashamed of themselves. You got to be ashamed of yourselves of how inconsistent y'all have been. So shame on you. It nothing to do with Lamar. It's not Lamar's fault. It's these damn voters. And now those voters have confused everybody.
That's true.
Now nobody knows what is what because these damn voters be messing things up. So do you shuffle the voting candidates around, or do you keep them? I don't know how one becomes a voter and how you get nominated into that, but they've messed it up for everybody. So now we have no idea what's what. So
I can never get out of my mind Stephen A. going on national television last year and calling out what we found out to be Aaron Schatz for being the lone person to keep Lamar from a unanimous.
Yeah, I remember that.
When you look back at that, we're arguing right now about the idea of him even winning it. At the time, there were people like him freaking out that it wasn't unanimous. Do you know how insane of a year I personally think you have to be a unanimous MVP? I think, Rico, if he didn't win it last year, I'd have absolutely no problem with him winning it this year. I think I've said that before. That's pretty much where I'm at with it.
I'm with you. Say no more. Say less. I like where you're going with that. Hey, look who's up. Richie. Yo, you guys are getting me going, man. Ready to punch drywall. Not yet, Richie.
Drywall's too easy to punch, Rich. I want you punching something. I want you punching something way more difficult to break through. That's what I want.
I like it. We got Isaiah Monte. Isaiah Monte comes in and says, I'll be at the game. My third game this year. Yo, good for you, boss. If our defense is on the field, I'll be smashing the bleachers. Yes, my guy. I love that part. Smashing the bleachers in front of me every single down. Go Bills. Hit it, Rico. Yo, listen, I want you to have mad fun, Isaiah Monte. Isaiah Monte, kill it when you're out there. And if you see my boy Bot with his pops all bundled up, pick up a snowball if there's enough snow. Pack it up real good. Whip that thing at Z-Bot right in the schnoz. Bow. Wake his ass up.
Hit my ass with that snowball if you see me, Isaiah. I love it.
Isaiah comes back.
Not lost on me, by the way. He gave $17. I think I know why.
I like that. I think we all know why. Appreciate that. Isaiah Monte, I hit that one for you, brother. He came back and doubled back and says, yo, I wasn't going to go to the game, but hearing Kyle Williams is going to be there. Yeah, I need to be there for that warm welcome that back to Buffalo. Yeah, that's going to be crazy.
It's going to be awesome.
I don't know. It seems as though every former Bill that has gone out there get a huge warm welcome.
No doubt.
Kyle Williams, probably he's going to get a lot of love, man. He's going to get a lot of love. So we'll see.
Kyle Williams, to me, is on that short list of guys that I would love to sign for like a one-day contract if they played in the Super Bowl. Like, you know what I mean? He's like one of those type of guys to me. Yeah.
Let me see if your pads still fit, bro. Come on in.
I know.
Come on in. What do we got? Richie Fresh says, yo, Bot, you're on. Hammer Chargers, the Chargers line, 9.5.
He's all in. He's on the alt line. He thinks they win by double digits.
What the hell's the alt line? Give me, because I don't know these.
Yes. So the spread for that game is 3. You can bet alternate lines. So you can bet the Chargers to win by more than 3, which would give you better odds. So say I bet 100 on the Chargers to win by 3.
He's all in. He said to give you the alt line at 9.5. Well, he's all in.
Yeah, he's all in.
Oh, he's all in for sure. Jimmy Johnson. Jim Johnson comes in excited for Bot's Cry cast in 3 weeks after KC wins. God, leave that on your ass. The Crycast?
It's the biggest show of the year. It's the biggest show. It's the annual Bot Crycast. It's the biggest numbers of the year. It's the longest show of the year. It's the most interesting show of the year. Yep.
Listen, I got to give it to Bot. If Bot was like, bro, I got to go solo today. I got to get a shit off my chest. Sometimes you just got to do solo shows to just unleash.
Oh, I'd have to do it, so I can't subject you to that.
There's no question about it. There's no question about it. I'd be like, yo,
I can't have you sit here through that. I can't make you do that.
I'd say, Bot, love you, bro. You on your own.
There is nothing about you. I don't care what you say to me. You cannot tell me honestly that you'd want to sit in this room and listen to me talk about that yet again for the 3rd consecutive season.
Yes, they will.
No way.
All tune in for it.
No, I'm saying you.
100,000 views.
Not sit here and do that.
Oh yeah, I watched him.
I couldn't put you through that.
I'll catch you later, bro. And I'll catch it on the flip.
Oh my God.
The Crycast is gonna be good. What's Lead Robster?
The Lead Robster, Mitch. Mitch, I hate you right now, dude. Everything I told you that was gonna happen happened, didn't it? You're damn Buckeyes. I already know where we're going here. Yeah, here it is.
You got you.
Sorry about PSU. No, you're not, Mitch. Don't lie to me. Come on. Don't lie to me. Was thinking of you. You're really lying to me now, Mitch. This guy. The only thing to make me feel better about the Josh MVP snub are the Buckeyes. Hey, you know what, Mitch? Good for I'm jealous as hell. It must be nice. I told my buddies, I'm like, I'll never know what happiness feels like. Me and my dad were talking about it last night. I don't know if I'll ever know what happiness truly means when it comes to sports. And yet we sign up for it again every season, every year. And at least my man Mitch, no matter what the Bills do or whatever, he's got his Buckeyes who are going to absolutely beat the living shit out of Notre Dame next week and win a title. So
just because I hope Notre Dame comes in and just
so do I.
What's the head coach's name for Notre Dame? A young guy,
Stevenson.
He seems to have a good grip on that team, man. They like him.
I love him, and that's why I was obviously super pissed, but after Freeman, sorry, not what did I
Freeman,
say?
that's the name.
Yeah, Marcus Freeman. He's actually getting NFL looks. He is awesome. I don't know how you couldn't like that guy. I really don't. I love that guy.
I remember when they first hired him, I was like, okay, they've had a young black coach. Okay, he's doing it. And now he's going to be the first black first ever.
Isn't that crazy?
That's unbelievable. Good for him, man. He's got this boys on the wrap. Hey, you got to read that last line, man. You can't just go out there and say
I know. So much for the vaunted SEC. Yeah, that's the silver lining in this. Big Ten's going to win the national championship. It's ridiculous to me that Notre Dame's not in a conference. It makes no sense to me. I don't know how the hell you can be I don't know how the hell you can not be in a conference and reap all the rewards that all these other teams are unable to because they're in a conference. It's crazy to me. Go Bucks, he says. BF, the best YouTube channel. Hit that button for my man Mitch Rico. My man, what's up? We got midnight over here. No bedtime?
It's 1 a.m. and he's come down. He was in his room. I guess mom fell asleep, so
wow.
He heard me, so that means it's time for daddy to take you to bed, eh? I'm not yelling at you because I know you're tired, so.
Yeah, it's definitely getting to bedtime. Mitch, by the way, I'm just busting your balls. You know, I got to bust your balls. You just got a double-digit win in the playoffs to move on to the championship round. I'm happy for you, though, Mitch. I am. I know you're not lying. I'm lying to myself, Mitch. I'm constantly lying to myself, telling myself it's going to happen. You know, last night, perfect example. Much love, Mitch.
What's Richie saying?
Man, Richie, I'm telling you, I'm worried about him. I mean, Pierre's got him just sucking him down on a weekly basis. Richie's saying anticipating finishing a bottle with Pierre Sunday. Listen, Richie, I'm worried about you, but I really hope that you're taking 10 to 12 shots Sunday, you and Pierre. I hope you guys can barely get out of your chair after that game, you know?
Well, they're gonna be listen, Pierre is gonna be on the rocks, bro. He just takes shots though. He don't even take Pierre used to start with just a glass of wine. He used to do wine. Then he went to Tito's, over with. Shot after shot after shot, bro. It's gonna get to you guys. It's gonna get to you guys.
You get in your bag, man. I mean, this is what the
no
Bills
more,
do to you. Yeah.
We're young no more.
And last one coming in from Wicked, just throwing out a buck, saying, "What's up, boys?" Wicked, shout out to you, my brother, my Rochester friend, Wicked, Webster Schrader grad, Wicked. He knows the deal.
He knows the deal.
Wicked's ready to rock for this week, and I know he is, baby. I know he is, as we all are, baby. Wow, Rico, 306 in the Bucks. I was not anticipating that.
Listen, when we do Friday nights, that's how we do it, man. This is our Friday nights, man. Most guys your age are hitting the clubs, going to the bars, and you're doing your big thing. But now you're man, so there's none of that. You're done.
Listen,
it's your Friday nights.
You don't go to the club anymore after this. That's done. And in fact, even before that, I'm not a club guy. I'm just not. I never understood the allure of a club.
Bar guy, get some wings, couple beers.
Bingo. I am the hole in the wall bar guy. I love that. I mean, that's how because you go to the club. It's like you get there and you're like, all right, now what? You can't talk. You can't hear anything. No. My dancing skills are off the charts. So I probably should start going to the club more so I can put that on display. But other than that, Rico, anything else for the folks?
My man Z-Bot is going to be headed to the game. So you're stuck with your boy for the pregame and you're stuck with your boy for the postgame. But I'll tell you right now, tune in Monday because Z-Bot will let you. He's either going to let you have it or he's going to let you have it. One way or another, you're going to get it. So postgame, it'll be me. And I'll be doing the Bleacher Report first, and then we'll hit the post game Monday. That's gonna be lit. Tuesday is gonna be lit because it's gonna be a win. That's why it's gonna be lit, and then we're gonna have a good old time. So that's what it's gonna be. So enjoy Saturday's slate of games, and then we're back at it on Sunday. Man, Z-Bot, you better bring good luck.
Well, I was gonna say you won't have to wait too long. I do plan on going live late tomorrow night. After the Saturday slate is over. I want to get on here and talk about what we saw tomorrow because those are the two AFC games. So we will know the makeup of the divisional round to some degree after tomorrow. I'm going to get on here late tomorrow night. By that time, it'll probably be close to midnight. So stay up with me late tomorrow night. We'll hop on for a little bit and chat about what we see tomorrow. I'm hoping we get a couple of good games tomorrow to kick things off. I really do.
It's going to be fun. Folks, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Catch Z-Bot tomorrow. And we'll be listen, there's gonna be a lot to talk about. I might even just tag along in the chat and see how everybody's doing. And
tag in the chat, and if you're up to it, hop on. If something crazy happens, you might have to hop on. If something real crazy happens, you might have to hop on. But either way, see you tomorrow night. Rico will see you Sunday. I'm gonna miss you guys Sunday, but I'm gonna be doing my best to bring it live at the stadium, screaming, yelling, doing the most. On your way out the door, like button if you could, subscribe button if you'd be so kind, and all the lines that we went through earlier, of course. Doing our picks are on BetUS, YouTube 150, the promo code, 150% sign-up bonus with it on your first deposit, 125% bonus on your next two after that. Rico has got to go put my main man to bed. I got to go put myself to bed. We will talk to you guys later on this weekend.
Tell Mama D and Pops to say what's up.
I will, and they say the same. And I was over at Grandma's, by the way, today, and she
love that woman.
She said the same, by the way, and she said to say hi. I meant to tell
you. Send her a big old hug from me.
I did. I already did. I said he says the same, even though I haven't seen her in a while. I made sure to send it.
Appreciate
so, yep. Hey, love to all you guys as well. We'll talk to you later in the weekend. Enjoy the slate of games tomorrow, and go Bills. Bow, I'm out. Rico's got to get the main man to bed. And like I said, I got to put myself to bed. I'm falling asleep. All right. Go Bills. Goodbye.
If you're a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility and your machinery isn't working right, Grainger knows you need to understand what's wrong as soon as possible. So when a conveyor motor falters, Grainger offers diagnostic tools like calibration kits and multimeters to help you identify and fix the problem. With Grainger, you can be confident you have everything you need to keep your facility running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.